Irish were up by 2 points. So they had led for quite a bit from about the 9-minute mark on. Indiana only in the last 3 minutes finally took the lead and ultimately won it. And you remember it was Matt Nover who hit one in the corner with the clock running down, the shot clock, that saved that one. It gave him, at that point, Indiana was up by 3, gave him a 5-point lead, and they hung on to win.
And that was a huge shot, as you pointed out. About a 17 or 18-foot shot, almost a three-pointer. It didn't get counted as a three, but it was as far out as the line would permit without being a three, and a tremendous shot that saved Indiana in the early part of the season. Well, we're awaiting both teams to return to the floor here. As we indicated, it's the home opener for IU, and Max, I don't see many empty seats. In fact, I'm sure by game time they'll all be full.
Well, it's pretty much a sellout. I had the opportunity to talk to a lady in our office today who was going to see her first basketball game here in Assembly Hall, and she said, "Tell me where section FF is, row 16. I said, "Well, unfortunately, I need to tell you that's in the balcony. And it's way up in the corner." So, anyway, she's looking from up there. Indiana's got a home winning streak that's the best in the nation right now, Don, with 31 games. They have not lost at home since February 21 of 1991 when they lost to Iowa 80-79.
Well, let's take a look now at the Midas starting lineups for tonight's ball game as the Hoosiers return to the floor. And the Fighting Irish of Notre Dame have as well. And tonight's starting lineup, first of all, for the Fighting Irish, at the forward positions will be Monty Williams, a 6'8", 225-pound senior out of Forest Heights, Maryland, along with John Ross at 6'9", 230, a senior out of Wabash, Indiana. In the middle, it'll be Joe Ross, 6'10", 236, a senior out of Wabash. And the guards are Ryan Hoover, a 6'1", 185-pound sophomore from Roscoe, Illinois, and Admore White, a 6'1", 192-pound freshman from Lauderdale Lakes, Florida. As we said earlier, Monty Williams leads the ball club in scoring with a 33.3 scoring average. The only other man in double figures right now for Notre Dame is Ryan Hoover, the guard, at 12.3 a contest. For Indiana tonight, the Hoosiers go with Damon Bailey at 6'3", 201, a senior out of Heltonville, Indiana, averaging 26 points a ball game in his 2 contests thus far. They'll also go with Steve Hart at 6'3", 184, a freshman out of South High School in Terre Haute, a 3.5 scoring average. Todd Lindeman will be in the middle, 7 foot, 242 pounds, a sophomore from Channing, Michigan, averaging 3 points a ball game. Alan Henderson, one of the forwards, at 6'9", 219, a junior from Vermont High School out of Indianapolis, 15 points a ball game, his scoring average. And Brian Evans at 6'8", 223, a sophomore from South High School in Terre Haute. Evans averaging 19 points a ball game. So that's how Indiana will start in tonight's ball game, as well as the Fighting Irish of Notre Dame. And the first half tip-off will be getting underway just moments from now. So let's take this break. This is Indiana University basketball from Learfield Sports.
As long as there is thirst, there's always the real thing. Coca-Cola Classic's always the one. Whenever there is fun, there's always Coca-Cola. Better believe it. Always Coca-Cola. We keep America running.
Come to your local Napa Auto Parts store for great holiday gift ideas like the Napa Sound Machine toy pickup with flashing lights and real truck sounds, just $16.99. And the Napa 10-amp Ultramatic battery charger, just $29.99 after $10 mail-in rebate. Plus, Napa Evercraft tools, the 13-piece quarter-inch socket set, 3-piece plier set, or 2-piece adjustable wrench set. Your choice, just $9.99 each.
We keep America running.
If your goal is economical home comfort, PSI Energy can give you a home court advantage. Call PSI about a Smart Saver high-efficiency heating and cooling system or a Summer Saver high-efficiency cooling system. With both systems, you enjoy reduced energy costs, enhanced home comfort, and lots of other energy-saving values. Call PSI at 1-800-521-2232 about a Smart Saver or Summer Saver new home or an energy-efficient system for your existing home. That's 1-800-521-2232.
All right, sports fans, it's time for another official game update from your Hoosier Lottery. Play the Hoosier Lottery's new instant game called Holiday Package. There are 10 chances to win on each ticket, and you can win $20,000. That's $20,000. With that kind of money, you could travel in style to every game on your favorite team schedule. So get to your nearest Hoosier Lottery retailer and play Holiday Package and make the most of your holiday season. That's new Holiday Package with $20,000 in prizes. It can make all your wishes come true from your own Hoosier Lottery. Somebody's going to win, and it may as well be you. Remember, you gotta play to win.
Learfield Sports presents Indiana Hoosier Basketball. Brought to you by Squadron Herbicide. Strike early, strike hard. Coca-Cola. Always IU, always Coca-Cola. Your Central Indiana Dodge dealers. Hook's Drugstore. More of what a drugstore is for. The Hoosier Lottery, a proud sponsor of Indiana University basketball. Indiana's Rural Electric Cooperatives, a power partnership providing safe and efficient electric energy to 1 million Hoosiers. Midas. Try the Midas way, the way it should be. Pioneer Hybrid International Incorporated and your local Pioneer sales representative, PSI Energy. Call the PSI professional today for ways to save energy and your money. TWA, the most comfortable way to fly. Napa Auto Parts. We keep America running. Your local Jeep and Eagle dealer. And by State Farm Insurance and State Farm agents throughout Indiana who support Hoosiers basketball. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Assembly Hall as we get set for basketball tonight. Indiana taking on the Fighting Irish from Notre Dame. The officials for tonight's contest are Ed Hightower, Sam Licklider, and Ron Grissom. And now it's time for the Amex Coal High Energy Report, recognizing Indiana outstanding student athletes. And tonight's honoree is Scott Kopel of Brookfield, Wisconsin. Scott is on the soccer team and has a 3.04 GPA in University Division. And that's today's High Energy Report, brought to you by Amex Coal Industries, powering your energy needs. Well, Bob Knight will send his ball club out, trying for their second win of the season, while the Fighting Irish of Notre Dame look for number 3 in the campaign under head coach John McLeod, now in his third season. The opening tip-off is sponsored by REMC, and an advanced technology heat pump could be the answer to your heating and cooling problems. Today's heat pumps are safe, clean, and efficient. Call your local REMC to find out how you can save money with an advanced technology heat pump. Well, we're about ready for the opening tap. Jumping center for Indiana will be Alan Henderson at 6'9", and jumping for Notre Dame will be Joe Ross at 6'10". Then he'll move to forward, and John Ross will move to the center position. IU's home fan first look at this ball club, and obviously they like what they saw on Saturday if they made the trip to the Hoosier Dome in Indianapolis. If not, they wanted to see in person what happened on Saturday again happened this evening. As we said earlier, which Indiana ball club will show up tonight? And of course, everyone is hoping it's the latter. We are ready. Ed Hightower will toss the ball in the air. This crowd is ready to go too, and the tip is controlled by the Irish. Backcourt tap to Ryan Hoover, and Hoover across the timeline to the left side, guarded by Steve Hart. Hoover pops it to Billy Taylor, who's actually in the starting lineup, to Monty Williams, who bounces it away, and the ball stolen by Indiana. Damon Bailey on a 3-on-1 to Henderson, slam dunk. And we got a foul on Ryan Hoover as well. Alan Henderson bangs the first 2 of the ball game, and he'll go to the free throw line with a chance at a 3-point play. As Bailey feeds Henderson beautifully, and Ryan Hoover picks up a personal. So IU with the early lead. Here's the free one by Allen. Good. Henderson with his third point of the ball game, and Indiana takes the early lead. Now Hoover brings it up across the timeline against Hart. Looks at left, flies it in to Ross. Joe Ross turns on Lindemann, top of the key, gives it off right side to Monty Williams. Williams guarded by Henderson, drives it right, and a whistle. We got a foul call on Alan Henderson. So Henderson called for a personal. Bit of a reach in there by Allen. And Notre Dame will have the basketball out of bounds. The Irish, Ryan Hoover, triggers the pass in. Holds high, looks, and gets it to Billy Taylor on the baseline. Taylor now slides it back out to the wing. Bounce pass goes to John Ross. John holds on the right side, looks inside, bounce pass down low to Williams, and he fights his way in for the layup, but he traveled. So the turnover against Notre Dame, and Indiana will get the basketball on the second Notre Dame turnover. Steve Hart inbounds to Damon Bailey. Man-to-man defense being used by both of these teams. Here is Bailey sliding right side to Hart on the wing. Steve Hart holds, drives on Taylor, baseline, puts it up, no, block shot away by Joe Ross, stripped away by Ross. Todd Lindemann is the man fouled. Joe Ross with a beautiful block inside, but he also picks up a personal, his first of the contest, and let's see, was Lindemann going for a shot? Apparently so. So Todd Lindemann will go to the free throw line looking for two tosses here. Lindemann 0 for 1 so far in the campaign from the stripe. First attempt tonight is good. Todd Lindemann's first point. And Indiana leads 4-0 now as Indiana tries to take an early commanding lead. Lindemann eyes for the second, and it is up and no good, and the rebound comes away to Billy Taylor. Taylor starting in place of Admore White, who will not get the start tonight. And here's Hoover flying it left side to Monty Williams. He holds on the wing against Henderson, out to John Ross. John holds, threw it to Ryan Hoover. Hoover drives it inside to Joe Ross, who puts it up and missed it. Rebound batted away by Bailey, but picked up by Hoover inside and finally stolen by Allen Henderson. Up court to Brian Evans. Evans pulls up on the left wing, slows things down, and then fires the three-pointer. Got it! They all backed off of Brian Evans and just gave him a three, and he says, thank you very much, and drilled it. And timeout is called by Notre Dame. Score, Indiana 7, Irish nothing, 18:28 on the clock, and we've got our first timeout of this contest. We'll be back. This is Indiana University basketball from Learfield Sports.
A new baby is so small, but such a big responsibility. That's why so many families ask for a free State Farm family insurance checkup so they can learn more about life insurance. State Farm agents listen, explain, answer your questions. They offer good advice so you can make the right life insurance choices. It's a great experience for young parents, and the best part is the advice is free and the decisions are yours. To learn more about life insurance for your family, call your State Farm agent.
If your goal is economical home comfort, PSI Energy can give you a home court advantage. Call PSI about a Smart Saver high-efficiency heating and cooling system or a Summer Saver high-efficiency cooling system. With both systems, you enjoy reduced energy costs, enhanced home comfort, and lots of other energy-saving values. Call PSI at 1-800-521-2232 about a Smart Saver or Summer Saver new home or an energy-efficient system for your existing home. That's 1-800-521-2232.
Back at the Assembly Hall where Indiana jumps off to a quick 7-0 lead over the Fighting Irish of Notre Dame with 18:28 to go in this first half of play. Your local Coca-Cola bottlers and the Coca-Cola Company recognize the always fine athletes that make up the Indiana Hoosier basketball team. Always a winner, always Coca-Cola.
Well, Don, right now, Notre Dame's got more turnovers than they've got shots in the first minute and a half. They've only gotten one shot up, but they've got 3 turnovers to show for their efforts out there. Indiana, 2 for 3 right now shooting. Only Steve Hart has missed a shot.
Back onto the floor, Indiana stays with the same starting 5. And we see our first change now for Notre Dame as Admore White comes into the ball game. And he replaces Billy Taylor. So Admore White now at one of the guard spots, and he brings it up against Bailey. He starts to the right side, bounce pass to Ryan Hoover. Hoover holds, clears the way to Monty Williams in backcourt. He goes right to White. White brings it back out, bounce pass low to Williams. Williams turns on Henderson, shot no good, and Todd Lindemann's got the rebound. Down to Bailey, down to Hart. Hart takes it inside, passes to Bailey. Bailey inside, fires it back out to Brian Evans. 3 on the way, no good. Rebound inside, pulled out of there by Ross. And Ross gives to Hoover, and Hoover brings it up the court. Ryan Hoover inside to White. White drives, lost the handle. Steve Hart stole it, kicked out of there, and Brian Evans takes the ball away. That is the 4th Notre Dame turnover. Here's Steve Hart in backcourt. He slides right to Bailey, and Damon pumps the bomb, and we got a whistle. Shot didn't drop, and a foul away from the basketball against IU. I think it was on Lindemann. Todd Lindemann called for the personal away from the ball, his first. So Indiana with a 7-0 lead, and the Fighting Irish still looking for their first basket of the ball game. Admore White brings it up. White slides right side. It comes off to Monty Williams. Williams back out to White. White top of the key against Bailey. A whistle away from the ball again. And this time it is a foul against who? Notre Dame. This one is on Joe Ross, and he has picked up his second personal. So Joe Ross has got 2, and we've had our last 2 fouls committed away from the ball by the big man. 5 turnovers now by the Irish. Here's Damon Bailey. Circles to the right side against White. Stops, looks for help, clears it out to Steve Hart. Hart looks down low, holds on, now dribbles, gives to Alan Henderson on the wing. Allen drives baseline, pulls up and fires, no good. Rebound battled for, and is pulled out of there by Joe Ross. Ross to Admore White, left side pass to John Ross, who puts it up, no. Rebound knocked away, scramble for, and it is out of bounds to Notre Dame. Alan Henderson got the last touch on it. Coming into the ball game first time is Cozen. That's Carl Cozen, a 6'6 senior. Also in there is Matt Gotch, a 6'11 freshman. To the sideline go John Ross, and Cozen now with the basketball. Low, threw it away. Alan Henderson stepped in the passing lane and took it. Now Bailey, top of the key, down low, and he lost the handle. Ball stripped away to Henderson. He puts it up. Nobody draws the foul. A lot of scrambling going on, and I'll tell you what, Max, Alan Henderson has been a most active big man for IU thus far. 7-0 score as Henderson will go to the line. Allen has 3 points in the ball game. He got the first 3 for the Hoosiers. He'll fire this one up. It is good. And Allen now has his 4th point of the contest. Henderson came into the ball game hitting just 8 of 18 from the stripe so far this year, but tonight he is perfect, 2 of 2 thus far. And he cans that one. 5 points for Henderson, and Indiana takes the lead up to a 9-0 advantage. Now across the timeline comes Admore White, drives it to the left side. Gives it to Cozen, who pumps a 3-point shot. No good on the rebound to Alan Henderson. Henderson clears the board. Henderson brings it up on the dribble across the timeline, looks for some help now. Having trouble, finally finds Brian Evans. Back to Henderson on the give and go. Puts it up, lost the handle. Lindemann inside, back up, no. Whistle blows, we get a foul. Todd Lindemann with a rebound and then the shot, and he missed it, but he was fouled in the process, and the Hoosiers will go to the line once again. And that's going to bring another Notre Dame first-timer into the ball game, Marcus Hughes, a 6'9 freshman out of Detroit, Michigan. So Hughes will check in, and Gotch will go to the sidelines to join the Ross twins. And at the stripe, Todd Lindemann with 2 shots coming.
Todd's got 3 rebounds already in this game.
He fires that one good, and he's got his second point. So Todd Lindemann, 2 for 3 in this contest, 0 for 1 coming into it. 2 for 4 on the season now, and 1 more shot at the line. Up it goes, and it is no good this time. He missed the second of his last 2 tries from the stripe. Down the floor, this is White with the ball, drives it right side, it goes to Cozen. He brings it back out on the wing. Cozen holds, looks for help, finally gets rid of it to Monty Williams. Williams looks for a little help himself, lobbing it out to White. White now, right side pass to Williams, who lets a long one fly, and this time he got it. 3-pointer by Monty Williams, his first points, and Notre Dame's first of the ball game. It's a 10-3 score. Indiana by 7. Here's Bailey trying to lob it low, and there's a foul call, I believe, against Lindemann again. If so, that would be his second. Todd Lindemann picks up number 2, and that's been a problem of Todd's for some time, Max, this summer with the Big Ten All-Star team. He got in foul trouble a lot over in Europe, and he has quickly gotten into foul trouble here in the first 3 ball games of the season. Now, Monty Williams for Notre Dame as the Irish have 3 on the board, looking for more. The pass to Ryan Hoover in backcourt. He gives to Admore White. He pumps the long jump shot. It's off the mark, no. Rebound batted away. Steve Hart had it, knocked away from him, picked up by White. White comes back inside to Ryan Hoover, down low to Williams. Williams tried to put it up inside. Fadeaway jump shot, good. Monty Williams scores his 5th point of the ball game, and the Irish are within 5 at 10-5. Bob Knight is screaming about the lack of a traveling call. Here is Steve Hart for Indiana to Damon Bailey. Bailey left wing, drives baseline, pulls up against Hoover, looks for help, clears to Steve Hart. Hart looking left, comes back outside with a dribble, then drives it left side, pulls up inside, scoops it up, and couldn't get the roll. Rebound batted to Evans. Brian down low, he fires it up and goes. Brian Evans scores, and he picks up his 5th one of the ball game as Indiana leads 12-5. Monty Williams, right wing. Fake the drive inside, brings it back out to Admore White, who goes to Hoover inside to Williams, and a jump ball call. Indiana will get it. Nice job by Brian Evans tying up Monty Williams, and the Hoosiers get the possession turn. The Hoosiers leading at 12-5, 14:42 to go in the first half. Bob Knight is still railing on Sam Licklider about the lack of a traveling violation on an earlier possession. Into the ball game for Notre Dame comes Jason Williams, who's out of Indianapolis Pike High School, a sophomore. And the inbound pass from Steve Hart to Damon Bailey for IU. Pat Graham has also checked in for the Hoosiers in place of Lindemann. Here is Damon Bailey, right side drive to the baseline. Pulls up, looks for some help now, gets it into Pat Graham. He looks inside, bounces it back to Damon. The inside pass deflected away by Marcus Hughes. Alan Henderson comes up with it. Now, here's Henderson into Pat Graham down low. Fakes, puts it up, reverse, good. Pat Graham with a reverse layup. 14-5 Indiana. I'll tell you one thing, Notre Dame is playing some pretty good, impressive man-to-man defense. The Hoosiers right now leading at 14-5, however. The backcourt pass from Williams goes to White. White with the ball, top of the key. Circling to the right side, looking for help. Clears it away to Cozen. Back off to Jason Williams. Williams outside to Cozen, fakes the three, gives out to Monty Williams. He gives it back to Jason Williams, who lets it fly and missed it. Rebound, pulled out of there by Pat Graham, and a foul call on Carl Cozen. Cozen reaching in, picks up his first foul of the game, and we've got 14 fouls now committed by Notre Dame. The ball belongs to IU out of bounds. 14-5 score Hoosiers, 13:45 to go first half.
Indiana not hitting well at all in this game right now. They're just 4 out of 9, 44%. Notre Dame even worse at 2 out of 6 for 33%.
Billy Taylor checks into the game for Notre Dame once again, and Todd Leary into the contest for the first time for IU as Damon Bailey goes to the sideline. Steve Hart will inbound for IU. He gets it to Todd Leary, back off to Hart, and Hart will bring it up across the timeline. Hart, the freshman out of Terre Haute, turns around in backcourt with a hole in the ball. The ball ripped away, and a foul call is going to be nailed, I believe, on White. Admore White is called for the personal. That will be his first of the ball game. And that's already the 17th foul whistle on Notre Dame. So it'll put Indiana in the 1-1. And it'll be Steve Hart looking for his first points of this contest at the line. He has not shot a free throw prior to this one, and he drills it. So his first try from the stripe on the season is good. And Steve Hart will have one more shot coming, trying to make it an 11-point Indiana lead if he hits it. Fires the second in the air, good. Steve Hart's got 2. Indiana leads at 16-5. Now Admore White across the timeline for the Irish. Takes it toward the left side. Back right he goes to Jason Williams. Down inside pass to Hughes. Hughes back outside to Williams. Williams looks, top of the key. Looks for Monty Williams. Can't find him. Gets it away to Admore White. He drives. Kicks it out to Billy Taylor. Now to White once again. He pumps the jumper and no good. Rebound tipped up. No. Tipped again. No good. Rebound battle for. And finally Brian Evans. Does he get it? No. Hughes took it away inside to Monty Williams for a layup. Monty Williams scores as Notre Dame kept the ball alive. It's 16-7 and Indiana on top by 9. Up the floor, Todd Leary. Drives it right side, pulls up in the wing, gives out to Brian Evans. He fakes, drives inside, 12-foot jumper, good. Brian Evans cans another one. He's got 7. 18-7 IU. Admore White again for the Irish. Left side pass to Jason Williams on the wing to Billy Taylor, top of the key. Back to White, inside pass deflected by Brian Evans, stolen away to Alan Henderson. Henderson to Leary. Leary across the timeline as Notre Dame has turned it over 8 times already. Here is Evans. Backcourt pass to Steve Hart, 15-foot jump shot short. Rebound Henderson, pulls it out of there, looks for help, in trouble, and he is fouled. Nope, a jump ball. And this possession turn will go to Notre Dame. Here comes Joe Ross back in the lineup, and we got a timeout. With the score, well, hold on. Apparently no timeout is going to be taken. So Hughes sits down. Joe Ross has come back in, and Notre Dame has the basketball, trailing by 11. Backcourt dribble. This is Admore White. Looks for help. Gives it off to Monty Williams. Top of the key. Fires a scoop shot. Good. Monty Williams has got his 9th point, and Indiana thought there should have been a travel on Williams for the second time in this game, but it wasn't called. Steve Hart. Backcourt move. Drives it inside. Jump pass into Evans. Up and in, and a foul. Brian Evans scores again. Brian now with 9, and he'll go to the free throw line for a chance at his 10th point of this contest. Indiana 20, Notre Dame 9, 11:56 to go first half. Damon Bailey getting set to come back in the lineup for IU. He will check in for Steve Hart. And the Hoosiers right now getting a real spark out of Brian Evans, who has 4 field goals already, including 1 three-pointer, and has a chance here to make a 3-point play with the free throw at the line. Flies it in the air and drills it. And we've got 10 now for Brian Evans, and timeout called. Indiana 21, Notre Dame 9, 11:56 to go in first half. We'll be back in a moment. You're listening to Indiana University basketball.
Horner's Corner has used trucks?
They sure do. In fact, they have about the largest inventory of used trucks in the area.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, they have a good supply of late-model Dodge Dakotas and even a 1993 Dodge Ram 3/4-ton pickup. And at the bargain lot, they have a good supply of work trucks, all priced so a working man can afford them. And you can even make your payments right there.
I guess that I'll be heading down to Horner's for my next truck.
That's Horner's Corner and Horner's Bargain Lot in downtown Crawfordsville.
Remember when you thought the summer would last forever and your life would always be the same? Oh my, how things have changed. Well, just like you, National City Bank has grown, and some exciting changes have taken place. National City Bank has some new ideas and new services, but they still offer that excellent performance which assures customers of financial security and provides the peace of mind that only friends can give. Your friends at National City Bank's Montgomery County locations, member FDIC.
Going to be Assembly Hall, where Indiana's jumped to a 21-9 lead over Notre Dame with 11:56 to go in this first half. If you're looking for the best deal on a new car or truck, check out your Central Indiana Dodge dealer, a proud sponsor of Indiana basketball. We know how to help.
Indiana now shooting 55% as they have really come on strong here in the last couple of minutes. 6 of 11 now. For Notre Dame, they are 4 of 11, just 36% right now. But rebounding, Notre Dame has taken the edge there. Out-rebound Indiana by a 7-6 margin.
Indiana will send back out Damon Bailey, Todd Leary, Brian Evans, Pat Graham, and Alan Henderson. And Brian Evans has been the man on fire thus far. The Irish come out with Monty Williams, Billy Taylor, Admore White, Jason Williams, and Joe Ross. Admore White will bring it down. White across the timeline against Leary. Drives it right. Inside pass goes to Taylor. Taylor back out to White. White on the right side of the circle. Down into Monty Williams for an easy slam dunk. Nice speed by White. Williams made a beautiful cut there for his 11th point. Here's Todd Leary the other way for Indiana. Leary, left side to Damon Bailey, back out to Todd Leary. Leary now drives it inside. The ball deflected away by Notre Dame, out of bounds. It'll belong to IU. He was trying to go to Brian Evans again, and don't blame him. Evans has been white hot thus far shooting.
Evans 4 of 5, Monty Williams 5 of 6.
Inbounding will be Bailey. Damon looks, fires backcourt. It comes to Todd Leary. Leary drives it right, comes back left, gives it out to Pat Graham. Pat looks inside, lost the handle, got it to Damon Bailey down low, puts it inside to Henderson, up, and he missed the slam dunk, but there's a foul call. So again, Henderson gets loose inside, and this time the basket doesn't go down, but he will go to the free throw line. Allen with 5 points in the ball game, and 3 of those have come from the stripe thus far, 3 of 3 for Henderson. So he'll try to add to the Hoosier lead that now stands at 10, 21-11. Allen trying to bring that free throw percentage up tonight. 2 coming here. Highs for the first attempt, and he got it. Henderson has drilled 4 in a row. He'll have 1 more shot coming. Ryan Hoover getting set to come back in the lineup for Notre Dame now. He checks in. And Jason Williams is the man who sits down. Hoover replacing Williams out of Pike High School in Indianapolis. Second shot by Alan Henderson, and the air is good. Alan Henderson with a hot hand from the stripe. He's got 7 points now, and it's 23-11 Indiana. Up the floor, across the timeline, White for Notre Dame. White gives it inside, and Henderson knocked it away, but it's picked up by Ryan Hoover. Hoover down low to Williams, puts it up, and didn't get it. Rebound Bailey, or rather Brian Evans, and we got a foul call inside. And I think they're going to nail Brian Evans on the push-off that allowed him to get the rebound. So Brian Evans gets nailed on his first foul of the ball game. And it'll be out of bounds to Notre Dame. The Hoosiers have been whistled for just 4 team fouls thus far. Inbound pass will be coming from Admore White, who looks, holds high, gets it inside to Ross, who lays it up with the left hand and got it. Joe Ross, first field goal. 23-13. Indiana by 10. Here's Leary. Backcourt pass to Pat Graham. Pat back out to Todd. Not a Bailey baseline. Lets a long three-pointer fly. It's off the back of the, off the rim, and no good. And the rebound comes off the Ross. Notre Dame the other way. Admore White drives it inside, puts it up. Oh, he got the shot to fall. Does it count? It's a charge. It's a charge, and I don't believe it counts. Admore White got hit for his second personal foul, and the shot does not count. So Indiana gets it back. No damage done there. Another turnover against the Irish. Here's Pat Graham baseline. 12-footer. Off the rim, no good. And the rebound to Joe Ross once again. Here come the Irish. Admore White to Monty Williams, and he got another one. Monty Williams has got 13 now. Indiana's found no answer for Monty Williams thus far. Here's Todd Leary. 23-15 the score. Leary gets it to Brian Evans, to Damon Bailey down low, and he is fouled by Ryan Hoover. Hoover picks up his second personal. You can see one of the things Indiana's trying to do is to take it inside and draw the fouls, because the Irish are certainly picking up a bunch.
One thing the Irish have done is kept Bailey out of the offense right now. That three-point shot he took from the corner a moment ago is the only shot he's had tonight.
So Damon to the free throw line, looking for free throws to drop here. A 79% shooter thus far in the season. And the first one is good. Damon now has his first point of the ball game, an opportunity for one more. It's 24-15 as the lead is back up to 9, and Bailey will try to take it to 10 with 10:14 to go in the half. Bailey the deep breath, the shot in the air, good again. Bailey now with his first 2 of the ball game, and Indiana has played or shot very well from the stripe tonight, missing just 2, and have connected on 12 out of 14. Here is Hoover, right wing. Against Bailey, starts the dribble, lobs it into Joe Ross. Ross kicks it into Monty Williams, off his chest, out of bounds. Indiana will get the basketball. 10 turnovers now by the Irish. Here's Todd Leary. Leary across the timeline, works it to the right side, to the wing, down low to Pat Graham, wide open for a 17-footer, and missed it. Rebound Henderson. He'll bring it back out to Brian Evans. Evans now bounces to Leary. Leary down left to Henderson. Inside pass to Pat Graham, who fakes, puts it up, missed it. Rebound tipped up by Brian Evans. Evans has got 12. 27-15 Indiana. 9:31 to go, and Brian Evans has played exceptional tonight. Here is Admore White across the timeline for the Irish. Right side pass to Monty Williams. Williams holds on the wing, looks in for Joe Ross, finds him, passes it to him. Ross holds, he clears it back outside to Hoover. A three-pointer on the way is good. Ryan Hoover's first basket's a tray. And the score is 27-18. Here's the up-court pass to Pat Graham, takes it in the lane, kicks it up to Henderson, puts it up on a slam. Alan Henderson's got his 9 points. 29-18. Here's Williams the other way. Williams backs it back out of there and gives it to White. White gives to Ryan Hoover. Hoover drives it left against Bailey, clears it to Billy Taylor, back outside to Hoover. Hoover holds, looks it inside. Now Hoover gets it baseline to Taylor, who fires up a jumper, missed it. Rebound inside. We got a whistle and a foul call on Monty Williams. Monty Williams picks up the personal. That's his first of the ball game as Carl Kozin now gets set to come back in. 8:41 on the clock. The Hoosiers lead at 29-18 as Monty Williams will get his first rest of the ball game. So Kozin checks into the lineup for Notre Dame. Indiana's Pat Knight will check in for the Hoosiers momentarily. And to the free throw line is Alan Henderson, who is 5 for 5 from the stripe tonight. Henderson fires this one up. It is no good. He'll have one more. 5 of 6 now, and 12 out of 15 for IU as Pat Graham will sit down. Pat Knight checks in for Pat Graham. At the line, Henderson for one more. Second attempt by Allen is good. 10 points now for Alan Henderson. He and Brian Evans in double figures already. 30-18 the score, Indiana by 12. Admore White, right side to Ryan Hoover. Hoover on the dribble against Brian Evans. Hoover tries to go past him, fires it up inside, blocked away by Brian Evans, picked off by Alan Henderson. Down to Todd Leary. Leary, backcourt dribble, drives it left, gives to Henderson on the baseline. He brings it back out to the wing, crosses to Bailey. 3 on the way is no good. Rebound pulled out of there by Ross. Kicked up to Ryan Hoover. Hoover across the timeline, turns it back out to White. White tries to drive, pulls up, gives it into Taylor. Taylor turnaround shot, good. Billy Taylor's got his first 2. 30-20, and the Indiana lead cut to 10. Here's Todd Leary in backcourt. Slides it left side, pulls up, looks low, goes to Henderson, right side of the circle. He fires, he misses, and the rebound to Joe Ross. Back down the floor to add more White to Carl Kozin on the right wing. He pulls up, looks for the 3, gives it into Ross. Ross turns, left-handed shot, no good, and the rebound comes off to Brian Evans. To Bailey. Damon down across the timeline. Looks it right, lobs it low to Todd Leary on the baseline. He'll pull it out to Brian Evans, to Pat Knight. Knight now circles top of the key, down into Henderson, and the whistle blows. Another foul. Joe Ross will be nailed on it. So Joe Ross will be called for this one, and he has got his 3rd already. And it's going to send John McLeod back to his bench. Jason Williams will come into the ball game, and so will Matt Gotch, the 6'11 freshman. And Sharon Wilkerson makes his first appearance for Indiana as Todd Leary goes to the sideline. 30-20 score, Indiana by 10, 7:31 to go in this first half.
Don, and Indiana has shot 16 free throws in this half. Notre Dame has yet to go to the line.
Right now, Henderson with 10 points fires this free one, and it is around and no good. So Allen now has missed 2 from the line. So he is 6 out of 8. And now 7 out of 9 as he cans this one, and we got another timeout. Score reads, Indiana 31, Notre Dame 20, 7:31 to go first half. Back in a moment as you listen to Indiana University basketball from Learfield Sports.
In these days of temperamental athletes and spoiled superstars, the so-called sporting player sometimes doesn't seem to have a chance. That is, unless he's behind the wheel of the 94 Jeep Cherokee Sport with its 190 horsepower engine, available 4-wheel drive, optional 4-wheel anti-lock brakes, and air at no extra charge. Jeep Cherokee Sport is one bad boy everyone respects. Add one to your team at your Jeep and Eagle dealer today. Jeep is a registered trademark of Chrysler Corporation.
It's a natural fact. Those with a better view of where they're going can best see how to get there. For soybean weed control, that foresight is just as critical. And those who look to end season bottom line performance clearly see the value of going with the best up front. No wonder you've made Pursuit herbicide the top choice for soybean weed control today. See your Cyanamid Agri-Center dealer for Pursuit, a natural leader. And always follow label directions.
Here at the Assembly Hall, Indiana, 7:31 to go, leading Notre Dame 31-20. And Hoosier basketball is brought to you in part by Hood's Drug Stores. More of what a drugstore is for.
Well, Indiana shot out to a 10-point lead in the first 4 minutes of this game, and since then it's been an even game as Indiana still continues to hold that 10-point lead. Notre Dame's case started out 1 out of 5 from the field, but they've hit 8 of their last 12 now, and they're hitting 9 of 23 for 21 for the game, 43%.
Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. You're listening to Indiana University basketball.
Your home for Indiana University basketball action is 103.9 WIMC Crawfordsville.
Well, back onto the floor for IU, we have Brian Evans, Pat Knight, Alan Henderson, Damon Bailey, and Sharon Wilkerson. For Notre Dame, Billy Taylor, Ryan Hoover, Jason Williams, Carl Kozin, and Monty Williams has returned to the lineup. Here is Hoover driving on Wilkerson to the baseline, pulls it back out of there to Jason Williams, left side pass to Kozin for a 3-try, and got it. Carl Kozin can hit the tray, and that's his first of the ball game. He's got 3, and it's 31-23. The Hoosier lead evaporates to 8. Sharon Wilkerson to Bailey. He drives, puts it up, and got it. Damon Bailey down low for his first field goal, his 4th point. 33-23. Here's Hoover, right side for Notre Dame, looking for Monty Williams, and the ball is stolen by Wilkerson, but picked back off by Hoover. He drives inside, kicks it out to Jason Williams. He fires up a 16-footer. It's good. Jason Williams' first basket, and it is 33-25. Here's Pat Knight the other way. Spins, tried to pass it inside. The ball stripped away. Scramble for it, picked up by Ryan Hoover. Hoover down the floor, gives to Monty Williams. He faked and tried to and he did travel this time. Well, Bob Knight's got to be happy about that. He thought that 2 other traveling violations should have been called on Monty, but they weren't. That one was, and that's the 12th turnover by Notre Dame. 33-25 score Indiana. Sharon Wilkerson brings it down for the Hoosiers. 6.5 left in this first half of play. Here's Wilkerson to the right side on the dribble against Hoover. Look what Wilkerson goes to Bailey. Damon inside the lane, scoops it up and got it. Damon Bailey with another nice ride to the hole for his 6th point. 35-25, Indiana by 10. Now Ryan Hoover with the ball. He slides it toward the left side, spins back to the right, pulls up at the top of the key, gives to Jason Williams. Williams looks low, finds Carl Cozen. Cozen down low, back out to Billy Taylor. Taylor looks for Monty Williams, can't find him. Now Taylor again. Now jumps it into him. Williams turns, puts it up, and couldn't get the roll, but he is fouled. Personal foul is called against Indiana. Let's see on who. I think this one will be on Pat Knight. That'll be the first on Pat. And going to the free throw line is Monty Williams, who has had a big first half thus far. 13 points already. And these are the first free throws of the night by Notre Dame. So the Irish going to the line for the first time. Just the 15th foul whistled against Indiana here early. And the free one is good there. 14 points for Williams. I guess we could say anything but early. 5:51 to go in the first half, and they're still not in the 1-and-1. Monty Williams will have one more shot coming. And this one is good. 15 points now for Indiana, or rather for Monty Williams, and it's 35-27. Up the court, Sharon Wilkerson takes it left, pulls back out, gives to Pat Knight. Pat looks it inside on the dribble against Cozen. Turns, clears to Bailey. Damon down low, tried to get it up inside. The ball was stripped away as Monty Williams has got it on a break. Williams to Cozen, lays it up and got it. Carl Cozen with his 5th point. And suddenly the lead is down to 6, and Indiana with a 35-29 advantage, and Bob Knight paces for Indiana. Here is Wilkerson to Pat Knight, down low to Henderson. The ball stripped away. Allen fights for it. A whistle and a jump ball called, and Indiana will get the possession turn. Here come Todd Leary and Pat Graham off the bench for the Hoosiers. Pat Knight will go to the sidelines, and Sharon Wilkerson as well.
Don Notre Dame right now is hitting 60%. That's after a start of 1 of 5. They have really been smoking here lately.
Bailey will inbound. Gets it into Henderson, who puts it up and missed it. Tipped it back up and in. Anderson gets the tip in, his 3rd field goal, but his 13th point. It's 37-29. The lead back up to 8 again. Across the timeline, Ryan Hoover with the basketball. Hoover to the right wing. On the wing drive, goes baseline, fires it outside, threw it away, but it's picked up by Jason Williams. Williams driving against Bailey, takes it left side of the circle, then kicks it out to Monty Williams. Williams looks down low. He'll bring it out on the dribble, looks up at the shot clock, gives to Hoover. Hoover, top of the key. Down low to Billy Taylor. Taylor turnaround jumper is no good, and the rebound comes off to Todd Leary. Down the floor, Leary across the timeline, drives it inside all the way, gives it to Pat Graham, but there's a blocking foul call beforehand. So Indiana's Todd Leary drives it nicely and draws the foul. 4:32 to go in this first half of play. Well, all right, Hoosier fans, hold on to your seats for this week's official game update, brought to you by your own Hoosier Lottery. Lotto cash is now $1.5 million. That's all cash paid to you all at once. And Powerball is an estimated $38 million right now. Remember, someone's going to win, and it might as well be you. So play Lotto Cash and Powerball right here in Indiana. Leary fires the free one good. And Todd Leary has his first point of the ball game. Or let's make it, yes, his first point. He'll have one more shot coming. He is still perfect on the season from the line now. 5 of 5 and make it 6 of 6. 2 points for Leary, and Indiana leads 10 by 10 again, 39-29 with 4:32 to go in this first half. Admore White's returned to the lineup for Notre Dame. He dribbles it across the timeline to Billy Taylor. Taylor left of the circle. Brings it back outside against Pat Graham. Pulls it back out of the dribble. Top of the key, then starts it right. Goes in the corner to Admore White. He crosses back to Taylor. Taylor inside to Williams. Monty Williams puts it up. Blocked shot partially by Allen Henderson. Back the other way come the Hoosiers. Steve Hart to Brian Evans. Down low to Henderson. He fires it up from 8. Got it. Allen Henderson, 15 points. And Indiana leads at 41-29. 3:55 to go in the half. Here is Admore White driving in the paint, pulls up and fires it up, charging foul on White. White picks up number 3. And there was little doubt about it. That's a freshman mistake right there, Max.
Certainly is. That's the 13th turnover against Notre Dame.
Well, we've got another time with the score. Indiana 41, Notre Dame 29, 3:50 to go in the half. Back in a moment. You're listening to Indiana University basketball from Learfield Sports.
All right, sports fans, it's time for another official game update from your Hoosier Lottery. Play the Hoosier Lottery's new instant game called Holiday Package. There are 10 chances to win on each ticket, and you can win $20,000. That's $20,000. With that kind of money, you could travel in style to every game on your favorite team schedule. So get to your nearest Hoosier Lottery retailer and play Holiday Package and make the most of your holiday season. That's new Holiday Package with $20,000 in prizes. It can make all your wishes come true from your own Hoosier Lottery. Somebody's going to win, and it may as well be you. Remember, you gotta play to win.
We keep America running.
Come to your local Napa Auto Parts store for great holiday gift ideas like the Napa Sound Machine toy pickup with flashing lights and real truck sounds, just $16.99. And Rayovac heavy-duty battery bonus packs, 8 size D or 12 size AA batteries, your choice, just $2.99 each. Plus the Napa Evercraft 61-piece socket set, just $29.99. So stop by your participating Napa Auto Parts store.
We keep America running.
Well, back once again in the Assembly Hall right now, Indiana leading by 12, 41-29 with 3:50 to play in the first half. At Midas, our inspections are free. In addition to complete exhaust work, we do foreign and domestic car and truck brakes. So stop in or call your local Midas shop for an appointment. Try the Midas way, the way it should be.
Well, Indiana's now shooting 50% on 12 of 24. The Fighting Irish have dropped back now, 12 of 26, 46%. Alan Henderson, Brian Evans carrying the load for Indiana. Henderson right now has hit 4 out of 8. Brian Evans has hit 5 out of 6. Monty Williams, when he's one-on-one, Don, Indiana's having a tough time handling him. Somebody has to help out on him or he's going to get a basket.
Indiana basketball, Hoosiers leading by 12. Here's Todd Leary and backcourt on the dribble. Slides on the left side, looks underneath, can't find his man. Richard Mandeville is now in for the Hoosiers. Gets it out to Steve Hart. Hart against a new face in the ball game. Let's see who that is. Pete Miller. Here's a jumper, no good, and the rebound comes off to Notre Dame. The Irish Jason Williams with it in backcourt on the right side. Williams guarded by Leary. Looks right, bounces low to Matt Gotch. Gotch against Mandeville, fires it up, no good. Rebound inside, ripped out of Brian Evans' hands. Here is Pete Miller, who misses, but he draws the foul. So Miller will be going to the free throw line for Notre Dame. This one's called against Indiana. And Sharon, let's see, hold on a second. It's Todd Leary. Leary gets nailed on the personal. That'll be his first of the ball game. And to the free throw line goes 6'4" freshman Pete Miller from South Bend, St. Joseph's High School. And his average 1 point a ball game thus far. And he puts this one up and it drops in. So Pete Miller's got his first point of the ball game. He'll have one more shot coming. 41-30 the score. Second shot in the air. It is good. 2 points now for Pete Miller. 41-31, Indiana by 10. Steve Hart driving. Down low he goes. Scoops it up and got it, and it's not going to count. Shot will not count, but Steve Hart draws the foul, and that's the 10th. It'll be Indiana with 2 free throws coming as Hart will go to the line. Foul call was on Pete Miller, who just got the 2 free ones to fall. And Steve Hart will go to the free throw line as Bob Knight goes to the north stands out there to get a couple of fans were putting up a sign that said something about Rudy on it, and he does not want to see that. So that was when they were at the free throw stripe. Steve Hart just canned the free one. So he's got his 3rd point of the ball game, and he'll have one more shot coming. It is up and good. 4 points now for Steve Hart. And the Irish send in Marcus Hughes once again for the Fighting Irish, and Hughes will come in to replace Matt Gotch. Steve Hart now is being taken to the sideline by Ed Hightower, and something being told to trainer Tim Garl.
Got blood on his jersey. I think they're going to have to do something, change it or something.
Ed Hightower is telling Tim Garl that the rule states you've got to change the jersey. Now, we haven't seen it in force, Max. We've seen blood on the jersey a couple times of Alan Henderson so far this year, but nothing has ever been in force to force a player to change the jersey. Bob Knight now is asking Hightower about that situation, but I think they're going to make Steve Hart leave the ball game until he's got a different jersey on. So that's exactly what will happen, and Damon Bailey will return to the IU lineup.
The jersey's on his back, so it must be from somebody else.
So Hart sits down with 3:08 to go in the half. And Bob Knight and Tim Garl discussing something. Apparently they don't have another jersey for him.
Manager's gone to get it.
All right, here is Miller. Inside pass to Williams. Back out to Williams. Jason Williams, that is, to Billy Taylor. And then we got a foul away from the basketball called against IU. This one will be nailed, I think, on Richard Mandeville. Mandeville gets called for his first foul of the ball game. And a 1-and-1 is now in effect for Notre Dame with the 17th foul being called against IU. So to the stripe is Marcus Hughes, a 6'9" freshman out of Detroit, Michigan. And Hughes at the line. Flies the free one up. It is no good. Rebound Mandeville. Mandeville pulls it out of there, gives to Pat Graham. Pat down the floor to Todd Leary. Leary fakes left, drives right, pulls up inside. Ball batted away to Bailey. Damon puts it up, and he didn't get it. Rebound battle for inside to Leary again, to Brian Evans. Evans back to Todd. Todd pumps the three. Got it! Todd Leary's 5th point, his first field goal, and the Hoosiers take a 15-point lead, their biggest of the game at 46-31. Bounce pass to Pete Miller. Back outside to Jason Williams. Down to Billy Taylor. Down low to Monty Williams. He turns. Can't get a shot away. He kicks it out to Taylor. To Jason Williams for a 3 try. A whistle blows, and the ball bounced behind the basket, and there was a foul call, I believe, away from the ball on Richard Mandeville. Mandeville just got nailed on his second personal foul. So Indiana got the shot that they wanted Notre Dame to take, but a foul call negates any rebound effort there, and Marcus Hughes goes to the free throw line for Notre Dame. Hughes 0 for 1 in this game, 0 for 3 now on the season from the stripe. Fires the free one up. This one doesn't drop. The rebound to Brian Evans, and Indiana with that 15-point lead intact with the ball. 2:16 to go in the half. Todd Leary on the drive right side, pulls up, gives to Bailey. Damon fell down, pulls it in, and there's a foul call on Pete Miller. Miller fell on his back, on Bailey's back, and so Damon will go to the free throw line. Bailey slipped, lost his balance, fell to the floor, pulled the ball in underneath him, and Pete Miller fell on top of him. So the foul call goes against Miller, and Bailey will go to the stripe. Indiana leads 46-31 with 2:09 to go in this first half of play. Damon to the line with 6 points. Cam 2 for 2 in his first 2 tries from the stripe tonight. And he flies this one in the air. Got it. 7 points now for Bailey. One more shot coming. Indiana's now hit 19 of 23 in this ball game. So the Hoosiers have really weared out the nets at the free throw line. And another one. 8 points now from Damon. Here comes Sharon Wilkerson into the lineup. He's going to replace Pat Graham with 2:09 to go in the half. This ball game brought to you in part by Napa. Napa Auto Parts. We keep America running. Into the lineup for Notre Dame, Carl Cozen replacing Billy Taylor. And with the ball, Hughes inbounds to Brooks Boyer, a 6'2 senior who's in for the first time. And Boyer brings it up, goes left side to Jason Williams, who flies the jumper, no good. Rebound batted out of there, Brian Evans. Up court pass to Damon Bailey. Bailey drives it inside, and the ball is stripped away, and we got a foul call. Brooks Boyer will be nailed on the personal. That'll be his first of the ball game. You know, Bailey, when he gets a 1-on-2, you know he's going to try and drive it if he can. Damon holds a thumb out there that may have gotten jammed a little bit. So Bailey will go to the line.
That's the 15th personal foul Notre Dame's had in this half.
Damon with 8 points to his credit, 4 for 4 from the line tonight. And he flies this shot up. It is good. Bailey now with his 9th point of the ball game. 49-31. The Hoosiers now begin to stretch that lead. Bailey's second toss in the air, around, and it drops in. 10 now for Damon, 50-31 the score. Indiana by 19, 1:52 to go in the half. Brooks Boyer across the timeline for the Irish. Boyer spins left, comes back right, bounces it low, and threw it out of bounds. Was trying to hit Carl Cozen, who started his break and then held up. 14th Notre Dame turnover, and the Irish are struggling. Indiana's Todd Leary and Sharon Wilkerson will bring it down. Sharon across the timeline, looks at left, gives it to Todd Leary. Inside to Brian Evans, 15-footer gone. Brian Evans with a little turnaround jump shot for his 14th point. 52-31. Indiana now by 21. Across the timeline comes Boyer. Boyer getting it to Monty Williams. Williams left side pass to Kozin for a three try, and he misses, cranks it up the side. Williams rebound shot no good. Brian Evans saves it to Sharon Wilkerson, and Sharon brings it down the floor. Off to Brian Evans. Evans baseline left, pulls it out of trouble, looks, and the ball batted out of bounds. It'll belong to IU as Gotch got the last touch on it. Here's Pat Knight coming into the lineup now with 1:04 to go in this first half of play. The Hoosiers leading 52-31, and Damon Bailey will get a rest.
Notre Dame's shooting really dropped off now. They've hit only one of their last 6 shots.
Pat Knight inbounds to Todd Leary, and Leary turns around to the wing. Gives it to Brian Evans. Evans fires it up and missed it. Rebound tipped up, no. Battle for, and pulled out of there by Matt Gotch for Notre Dame. Up the floor to Boyer, now to Monty Williams. He pulls up, back-to-back out of there on the dribble, gives to Boyer. Boyer now clears to Kozin. Left side pass to Jason Williams. Jason on the hold, then lobs it inside, threw it away. Off the glass, it came to Monty Williams, who puts it up and got it. Monty Williams got a loose ball that was thrown off the backboard. And Monty picks up his 17th point and a chance for his 18th as he'll go to the line on a 3-point play possibility, fouled by Richard Mandeville, who now has collected his 3rd personal. 40 seconds all that remain in this first half of play, and Monty Williams at the line. He's guaranteed that Notre Dame will get at least one more possession turn. That's 18 points now for Williams. It's 52-34. Indiana leads it by 18 as Sharon Wilkerson crosses the timeline and bounces to Pat Knight. Knight on the left wing out to Brian Evans. Evans back out left to Todd Leary. Leary fakes the jump shot, drives it baseline, lost the handle, saves it back to Sharon Wilkerson. Back out to Pat Knight. Knight now drives it right wing, lost the handle, looks for help. Turns around and clears it to Sharon. Sharon is fouled by Jason Williams. So Jason Williams picks up the personal. Indiana looked like they were in a bit of trouble right there, but they did a nice job of hanging onto the basketball, and finally Jason Williams ran right into Sharon Wilkerson, so Wilkerson will go to the free throw line.
John, you talked earlier about Brian Evans. So far in this half, he's got 7 rebounds, he's got an assist, he's got a steal, he's got 2 blocked shots, and he's hitting 6 out of 8.
Sharon Wilkerson to the line. He fires the first one up, and he got it. Sharon's first point of the ball game. He'll get one more shot. That's his first free throw try of the season, and he cans it. And it's now 53-34. 15.3 seconds left in the half. Second shot also good, and Sharon Wilkerson's first 2. Now Indiana by 20 as Brooks Boyer across the timeline for the Irish. Boyer takes it left to Monty Williams. Williams back out to Jason Williams, threw it away. Williams came up with it, however, drives it down low, puts it up no, but a foul call on Sharon Wilkerson. So Wilkerson picks up personal foul number 1, and Jason Williams will go to the free throw line for the Fighting Irish. 3.5 seconds to go. 54-34 the count, and Jason Williams will try to tighten things up with free throw action here as Pat Graham checks into the Indiana lineup. Pat Graham will come in for Richard Mandeville. Marcus Hughes comes in for Notre Dame, and Matt Gotch goes to the sideline. 54-34 the count. Jason Williams at the stripe. 3 of 5 from the free throw line this year for Jason. The junior out of Indianapolis, a 4-point scoring average, fires this one up, and it is good. Jason Williams' 3rd point of the ball game. 54-35. He cuts it to 19, and he'll try to knock that advantage for Indiana down to 18 with number 2. Takes his time as a rather quiet Indiana crowd sits and waits, and he drills it. 4 points for Jason Williams. The inbound knocked to Sharon Wilkerson, up court to Pat Knight. Fires it at the hole, and backboard shot just misses. That's the end of the first half of play, and the score reads Indiana 54, Notre Dame 36. We are at halftime at the Assembly Hall in Bloomington, and we'll begin the Jeep Eagle halftime show in a moment. This is Indiana University basketball from Learfield Sports.
You can count on Hooks.
You wanted more savings. Now Hooks gives you more. Hooks will double your manufacturer's coupons every day. Plus, we'll also honor our competitors' coupons at face value. That's 2 more ways to save. Get more of what you're shopping for less. Only at Hooks. Hooks, more of what a drugstore is for.
When you want more, Hooks gives you more. More of what a drugstore is for.
The people at the Central Indiana Midas shops are showing that there's a different way to get your car repaired. It's called the Midas way. They properly diagnose the problem so the work is done right the first time. They fix only what needs to be fixed, give you their exclusive inspection, and thoroughly explain your options. They honor your Midas warranty without hassle. They prove that a car repair company can be professional, responsive, and caring. So see your Central Indiana Midas shops for that different way to get your car repaired, the Midas way. That's the way it should be.
Your growing family means growing responsibilities and a growing need for life insurance. That's why State Farm is there with a free family insurance checkup. Your State Farm agent will answer your questions about life insurance, explain your options, help you understand your choices. The advice is free, and all the decisions are yours. The State Farm Family Insurance Checkup, a great introduction to life insurance for a growing family. So call your State Farm agent and ask for your free checkup.
Before you could grab a cross-court pass, fake to the left, and shoot for three. Before you could make a break and go for the big slam dunk, defying the earthly force of gravity for a moment of serious hang time, you were a kid who kept practicing long after all your friends had gone home. At Pioneer Hybrid, we're proud to support the Indiana Hoosiers, and we salute everyone who has the heart of a winner. See your Pioneer sales representative for the variety right for you.
Well, back once again at the Assembly Hall. We are at halftime where Indiana has taken an 18-point lead to the locker room, 54-36. Let's take a quick look at the individual scoring in the ball game. First of all, for the Fighting Irish of Notre Dame, Ryan Hoover has a three-point field goal for three and two personal fouls. Admore White has no points in this contest and picked up three personals. Joe Ross has a field goal for 2 points, but he also with three personal fouls. Monty Williams has been the hot hand for the Irish so far in this contest. He threw in 7 field goals to go along with 3 free throws. One of those field goals was a three-pointer, and he has a total of 18 first-half points to lead Notre Dame. Billy Taylor with a field goal for 2 points, no fouls. Carl Cozen has 2 field goals, one of those a three, and 1 personal foul, 5 points for Cozen. John Ross has not scored or fouled. Jason Williams has a field goal and a pair of free throws for 4 points at the break and 1 personal. Matt Gotch did not score or foul in the first half. Marcus Hughes likewise. Pete Miller has a pair of free throws for 2 points and a personal, and Brooks Boyer did not score but did pick up 1 personal foul. So the Irish again being led by Monty Williams at the end of 20 minutes of play with 18 first-half points. For Indiana, Damon Bailey has hit 2 field goals, 6 free throws, 10 first-half points, and no fouls. Tad Graham has a field goal for 2 points and no fouls. Todd Leary with a pair of free throws and a 3-point field goal, 5 points, and 1 personal foul. Alan Henderson has had a big first half of play for IU. He has hit 7 of 9 from the free throw line. He's also tossed in 4 field goals. He has 15 first-half points and 1 personal foul. Todd Lindemann, a pair of free throws, 2 points at the break, and 2 personals. Steve Hart, 4 free throws, 4 points at the half, and no fouls. Pat Knight did not score, picked up 1 personal. Brian Evans threw in 6 field goals. One of those was a three-pointer. He also had a free throw in the first half. 14 points for Brian Evans and 1 personal foul. Sharon Wilkerson, a pair of free throws, 2 points at the break, along with 1 foul. And Richard Mandeville played. He did not score. He picked up 3 personal fouls in first half action. So Indiana being led by Alan Henderson with 15, Brian Evans with 14, and Damon Bailey with 10. Max, look at those team stats.
All right, Don. Indiana in the first half shot only 45% on 14 of 31, but they had 24 out of 28 free throws for 85.7%. They were 2 of 6 from the line. Notre Dame was 13 of 26 from the field goal, 50%. They were 3 of 6 from free throw line, from three-point range, and they were 7 of 9 from the free throw line. So Indiana outshot Notre Dame by 14 points from the free throw line. Rebounding, 22 for Indiana, 17 for Notre Dame. Evans with 6 and Alan Henderson with 6 lead the Hoosiers. Joe Ross has 6 for Notre Dame. Indiana turned the ball over only 5 times. Notre Dame turned it over 14 times. Notre Dame was held without a point during the first 4 minutes and only one field goal in the last 5 minutes. The closest Notre Dame got was 6 points at 35-29. Indiana's biggest lead came after a 17-2 run when they led 52-31 with 1:31 to go. Allen Henderson 4 of 8 in that first half. Evans is 6 of 8. Damon Bailey, make that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 8, 9. Damon Bailey 2 of 5. Pat Graham 1 of 4. Todd Leary 1 of 2 from the field. Notre Dame was led by Monty Williams, 7 out of 11 from the field.
All right, Max will return with tonight's Hooks Drug Store's halftime guest in a moment. You're listening to Indiana University basketball.
Do you have water spots on your dishes and glassware? Are your clothes dull and dingy after laundering? Does your skin feel dry and rough? If so, you need a Puritan water conditioning unit. Puritan soft water turns clothes whiter and makes dishes sparkle. Puritan soft water keeps your skin smooth and your hair shining. Puritan has over 40 models to choose from. Puritan Water Conditioning, 216 Lafayette Avenue, Crawfordsville. Phone 362-6340. Puritan, another name for soft water.
If you're a homeowner, Thompson Hopper & Associates knows you probably have homeowner's insurance. But is everything in your home fully covered? Jewelry, antiques, cash, coin collections, musical instruments, guns? If they're worth over $250, you may not get full value in the event of loss. Almost everyone has something at home that isn't fully covered by insurance, so don't assume you're adequately covered. Call Thompson Hopper & Associates. Talk to them about it. Thompson Hopper & Associates. Good guys with a good name, built on good insurance service.
Serb's Tire at 210 North Walnut is your one-stop automotive shop with Cooper Tires, the American-made and owned tire with nationwide warranties. And with the addition of top mechanic Ben Gleason, Serb's Tire is able to expand their automotive services. Brake and shock work, transmission, oil changes, and of course Cooper Tires. Serb's Tire at 210 North Walnut, open Monday through Friday 8 to 6 and Saturdays 8 to 4, or call 362-0279.
As you heard, there's a new member of the family at Zock's Family Restaurant. Yes, Zock's has added a delicious new bacon-wrapped pork fillet to their dinner menu. It's a full 7-ounce portion that's cooked to perfection and comes with your choice of potato, salad, and dinner rolls. And Zock's new bacon-wrapped pork fillet dinner is reasonably priced at just $5.99. Stop in and try it. You'll like it. And bring the family. There's something good for everyone at Zock's Family Restaurant on 231 at the south edge of Crawfordsville.
Well, here in the Assembly Hall is the opening home game for Indiana University, and they lead Notre Dame at halftime 54-36. And we have Steve Downing, Associate Athletic Director here at Indiana University, and a gentleman who's involved with the Classic coming up just this weekend on Friday and Saturday nights. But before we get to that, congratulations, Steve, on being named to the Silver Anniversary team, you and George McGinnis, representing Indianapolis, Washington.
Yeah, thanks a lot, Max. Really appreciate it, but that just means to be a part of that you had to have been out 25 years. I can't believe I'm that old.
Well, let me tell you something about 25 years. I'd be delighted to switch with you 25 years. Steve, just a quick word about this first half. What do you think about the Hoosiers?
I thought, Max, they looked a little tired early initial on. A lot of the shots were short, and that's an indication the legs are not there. But, you know, to their credit, we've hung in there real well, and I don't think that this Notre Dame team is as deep as some of the teams that they've had in the past. Monty Williams is an outstanding player, though. Tough underneath.
Indiana going for the basket, and as a result, getting a lot of fouls.
Yeah, and again, a lot of that may be because of the inexperience of some of the Notre Dame people. They made some ill-advised fouls, I'd say.
Let's talk a little bit about the Classic coming up. Indiana opens up with Tennessee Tech in the first game on Friday. Who are the other two teams?
Washington State and Oral Roberts will play the second game, and we're looking forward to. I've talked to all the teams. Tennessee Tech will be a team that will try to pressure us. They have outstanding guard by the name of West that the people should look forward to, but they'll try to pressure us, and basically they have a perimeter-type game, Max.
What about the other two teams? What do you know about them?
Washington State's an outstanding team. They've already beaten Michigan State. They've beaten Alabama, so they're coming in with some outstanding credentials. They'll probably be the tougher of the three teams in the tournament, and hopefully we'll be facing them Saturday night. The other team, Oral Roberts, they've played some teams, okay. Again, they probably will try to slow the ball down against Washington State and be as patient, try to get good shots.
Well, lining up teams for this tournament, Steve, that's not the easiest job, is it? Don't you have a little bit of trouble sometimes?
Well, we have a lot of trouble because with most teams, they would like to have a home-and-home situation where you return to their place, and we cannot all the time do that. And again, the other thing is teams do not want to risk coming in here having 2 losses. So to get teams like North Carolina or whatever, you're almost going to have a return engagement to their place. So we put together what we feel is an outstanding tournament. Washington State's been here before, so we're looking forward to it.
And you do try to go all the way across the country and bring in teams from everywhere, don't you?
We try to bring in teams that we think our fans can relate to. Oral Roberts has had a great tradition in the past that they tried to establish a basketball program. So, again, it's been real support. Our fans have supported this tournament. And what happens, Max, we can a lot of times give a lot of guys an opportunity to play. A lot of different guys get a chance to play in this 2-day tournament situation.
As tournaments go, what kind of a feedback do you get teams that come in here? Is this a tournament they seem to like?
This is one of the best from the feedback because we spare really no expense, Max. We do things that we probably should not do to make their trip a pleasure for them. We provide all the local transportation for them. We feed them. So anything that we film their games for them, so anything they need, really, we want to make it a good situation for them. In fact, on top of that, we pay them also.
How far down do you go in scheduling these games? How far out in the future?
Yeah, well, right now we're scheduled for the next 3 years, so that's 1997. So, again, we have people that want to play in this tournament, too.
Steve, what do you think about the second half?
Well, I think Notre Dame is going to make a concerted effort to try to get back in this thing real quick because they know with the tradition here they can't afford to fall too much more behind. So I look for them, and I know Coach Knight is emphasizing to the team the first 5 minutes is going to determine the outcome of the game. So I look for Notre Dame to try to get right back in it as quickly as possible.
Thanks very much. Appreciate your stopping by.
Always a pleasure, Max.
All right. Steve Downing, the Associate Athletic Director here at Indiana University, visiting with us about the Classic coming up starting Friday night at 7 o'clock as Indiana takes on Tennessee Tech. Well, due to the fact that there are still no additional rooms available in Shreveport for the Independence Bowl, the IU Alumni Association is offering a down and back same day tour. You can fly out of Indianapolis New Year's Eve morning and return to Indianapolis New Year's Eve evening. This tour includes a round-trip airfare, game ticket, bus transfers to and from the game, pre-game tailgate. The cost is $298 per person. You can make your reservations by calling 1-800-553-5527. There are a limited number of seats on the American Transair charter flight, so make your reservations as soon as possible.
Now, the good news is, Max, the last couple of days, apparently they've sold a bunch of tickets. We're up to around 1,400 or 1,500 now, which is certainly a lot better than what it was.
Well, it certainly is, and we hope people take advantage of this. Those that didn't want to stay or pay the total price, they can get in there and get out pretty economically.
Well, some of our guests at halftime received a gift certificate from D-Dan's Gentlemen's and Ladies Clothier of Indianapolis. D-Dan's has updated classic clothing, sportswear, and accessories for men and women. They're open daily Monday through Saturday from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. and on Thursday till 9. That's D-Dan's Clothing to complement your lifestyle on West 86th Street at Township Line Road in the North Willow Mall in Indianapolis. We'll be back with the start of the second half in just a couple of minutes. This is Indiana University basketball from Learfield Sports.
Moving out of the city was a great idea, but the old farmhouse was drafty and dim. Call the REMC, my wife said. They have energy experts. REMC has special programs and rebates for their members. That's us, she said. So I called, and now we have the most efficient heating and cooling system you can get. Geothermal. It's safe, clean, and uses a renewable energy source, the earth. Geothermal was the answer for us. Besides, we didn't want that tank in the backyard anyway. Thanks, REMC.
All right, sports fans, it's time for another official game update from your Hoosier Lottery. Play the Hoosier Lottery's new instant game called Holiday Package. There are 10 chances to win on each ticket, and you can win $20,000. That's $20,000. With that kind of money, you can travel in style to every game on your favorite team schedule. So get to your nearest Hoosier Lottery retailer and play Holiday Package and make the most of your holiday season. That's new Holiday Package with $20,000 in prizes. It can make all your wishes come true from your own Hoosier Lottery. Somebody's going to win, and it may as well be you. Remember, you gotta play to win.
I'm Bill Compton. head of the Airline Pilots Association for TWA, and a member of our new Labor Advisory Committee. All the employees got together to prepare a message about TWA's new attitude. But then we thought, who better to speak about TWA than the passengers themselves?
This is the first time that I've seen an airline take a step for customer satisfaction other than getting you from point A to point B.
TWA is obviously more concerned with their clientele's well-being and their accommodations, their comfort.
At TWA, we have 25,000 dedicated professionals who have your best interest in mind. We're all part of a participative management committed to making TWA the most comfortable way to fly. We're so committed, we voluntarily contributed our own money to bring you this message. That's why our passengers have a lot to say.
TWA is listening to the passengers, observing what the passengers want and need.
Well, back here at the Assembly Hall, we're about ready to get the second half of this basketball game underway. While we've got a moment, I want to pass along our deepest sympathies to the John Hooker family of Bloomington, wife Jean, and the family, of course, the former mayor of Bloomington, and an avid IU sports supporter, passed away earlier this week. Big basketball fan. Funeral services will be held tomorrow, and again, our deepest sympathies to the John Hooker family and their mourning. So we are ready for the second half of this ball game to get underway, as Indiana leading by 18 at the break, 54-36. They were able to stretch out the lead after getting underway about the final 10 minutes of the first half. Back is really when they started to pull away from Notre Dame, and haven't really been threatened since that time.
Yeah, it was about the 6-minute mark, actually, because Notre Dame really had gotten it down to about 6 points at that point, but then Notre Dame only got a couple of baskets in the last 6 minutes and 46 seconds, and Indiana just pulled it away.
Notre Dame will have the ball to start the second half. Carl Cozen inbounds. It comes into Admore White. White will bring it across the timeline. Leary guarding him. Todd, Brian Evans, Todd Lindeman, Alan Henderson gets the rebound as the shot by White is no good, and Damon Bailey, the lineup for the Hoosiers. Here's Bailey in backcourt, slowing against Ryan Hoover, gives to Leary, now left side to Alan Henderson. Henderson fakes, drives it against Williams, lost the handle, got it back, lost it again, out of bounds. It'll belong to Notre Dame. Henderson trying to dribble it, and Monty Williams a bit quicker, forced him in a turnover. Joe Ross inbounds. It comes to Admore White, and he'll bring it across the timeline for the Irish. White, backcourt, moves it, gives it to Ryan Hoover, right side to Cozen. Carl Cozen holds, back out to Hoover. Hoover drives on Bailey, spins and gives back outside to White. Admore holds at the top of the key, looking for help now, finally clears to Ryan Hoover. Hoover fakes, fires off to Cozen in the corner for a three try, missed it, and the rebound comes off to Henderson. Outlet to Bailey, now to Leary. Leary across the timeline. Todd starts it to the right side, comes up, gives it left to Damon, now left wing to Brian Evans, inside to Lindeman, turnaround jumper is short, and the rebound comes away to Notre Dame. Back up the floor, Admore White. White, top of the key, pulls it up inside to Monty Williams, and he threw it away. Williams couldn't hang on, Alan Henderson comes up with the ball. Gives to Todd Leary, and Leary crosses the timeline. Leary, backcourt, starts right side, looks for Evans, can't find him, goes to Lindeman. Back into Leary. The ball thrown away. And the loose ball given to Admore White for Notre Dame to Monty Williams, who puts it back up, and no, but a foul called on Todd Lindeman. And Monty Williams cracked an elbow on the floor and is in a little bit of pain. Monty Williams down for Notre Dame, and boy, they can't afford to lose this guy. He is their offense. He fired home 18 first half points, and he really cracked that elbow good. May have got one of those, what you call a...
Crazy bone.
Yeah, crazy bone shot.
I bet he doesn't think it's very crazy right now.
Whatever the case, Monty is going to the line. He did not hurt his shooting arm, it appears. It's the left hand or left arm. He's trying to shake the needles out of it right now. 54-36 is the count, Indiana, but Monty Williams at the line for a pair. Lindeman now has 3 personal fouls. And the free throw is good. Monty Williams has his 19th point of the ball game. He's 4 for 4 from the line tonight. 54-37. The thing about Williams is he gets a lot of points, Max, but he doesn't seem to force anything. Second shot no good. The rebound to White. White back outside for Notre Dame to Hoover. Left side to Monty Williams for a long one, and he misses this one. The rebound inside to Lindeman. Todd clears it out of trouble, looks for help, fires to Todd Leary across the timeline quickly. Leary slows up on the left wing, takes it baseline, scoops it up inside and got it. Nice drive to the hole by Leary. Got his man to think he wasn't going to take it inside, and he did anyway. He's got 7. 56-37. Cozen the other way, misses, and the rebound inside, batted away to Brian Evans. Evans had it knocked away, but he clears it to Todd Leary. Leary against Cozen now, and Cozen's called for a blocking foul. Cozen has his, I believe, second foul of the ball game. And that's the first team foul whistle on the Irish in the second half. Indiana leads it right now 56-37. Todd Leary will inbound. And Notre Dame makes a substitution as Billy Taylor comes in the lineup and Cozen goes to the sideline. Todd Leary will get the handoff from the official momentarily. I don't know what we're waiting on. Now we go. Leary to Bailey and back to Todd Leary. Leary brings it up. Takes it across the timeline, spins on Admore White, gives to Brian Evans. Evans, top of the circle, drives it right, spins back left, gets it to Alan Henderson in the lane. Turnaround jumper is no good. Rebound, pulled out of there by Brian Evans. A whistle, what do we got? Foul call on Billy Taylor. Brian Evans ripped the ball away, and Bob Knight likes what he's seen from a hustle standpoint from Brian Evans. Hey, Evans has played well all the way around tonight. Taylor called for the foul, his second personal. And here's an inbound, and Brian Evans misses, but Lindemann is there for the rebound basket. Lindemann's got his 4th point. And his first field goal as Indiana goes up by 21, 58-37. Left side pass to Monty Williams, drives and pulls up, bounces it away. It comes to Admore White. White backs it back out on the left wing. Holds his dribble, gives to Monty Williams inside. He turns on Henderson and blew the ball away. He couldn't come up. Nice defense by Indiana. Alan Henderson got the steal. Here is Leary. Leary driving on Ryan Hoover. Right side to Bailey. Damon fakes. Takes it inside. Looks for Evans. Can't find him. Clears it out to Lindemann. Lindemann fakes into Bryan. Not Alan Henderson for it. Oh, what a beautiful reverse slam dunk by Henderson. Great team play and some excellent passing by the Hoosiers. Biggest lead also for IU. 60-37. Time on Notre Dame. Score, the Hoosiers leading it 60-37 with 16:50 to go, final half, and we'll be back in a moment. You're listening to Indiana University basketball.
When it comes to your doctor, you want the most experience possible. Dr. Russell at Russell Chiropractic has over 15 years experience relieving back pain, leg pain, chronic headaches, and other neck and back related problems. Honesty, integrity, and experience, all in a doctor that cares. Russell Chiropractic, the caring doctor's office that works hard to relieve your pain and to get you back to feeling normal. Russell Chiropractic, 407 East Market behind the Right Way Fitness Center, 362-1111.
Do you have water spots on your dishes and glassware? Are your clothes dull and dingy after laundering? Does your skin feel dry and rough? If so, you need a Puritan water conditioning unit. Puritan soft water turns clothes whiter and makes dishes sparkle. Puritan soft water keeps your skin smooth and your hair shining. Puritan has over 40 models to choose from. Puritan Water Conditioning, 216 Lafayette Avenue, Crawfordsville. Phone 362-6340. Puritan, another name for soft water.
Back once again at the Assembly Hall where Indiana is dominating the Fighting Irish of Notre Dame here at the outset of the second half. The score is 60-37 IU with 16:50 to play in the final 20. Indiana Hoosier basketball is brought to you in part by Pioneer Hybrid International Incorporated. Talk to your Pioneer sales representative today and get the heart of a winner on your side.
Don, you can see why Indiana is pulling away in this game. Notre Dame at one point was hitting 12 out of 20 shots. They're now hitting 13 out of 35. That means they've hit only one of their last 15 shots.
Well, Indiana's not really lighting it up like you might expect, even though they've got 60 points on the board. But, Max, they're hustling. They're playing hard.
And hitting a lot of free throws.
Here's the inbound pass. It comes to Admore White for Notre Dame. He fires it to Ryan Hoover, who lets fly a jumper and missed it badly. The rebound pulled out of there by Damon Bailey. He's on a break. Bailey takes the left side, pulls up, and block shot and a foul. Ryan Hoover fell on by Todd Leary, but they're all right. I'm not sure what's going on there. Monty Williams said something to Todd Leary, but I'm not sure any of it was necessary. The fans didn't think so, certainly. And going to the free throw line for Indiana will be Damon Bailey. The foul call went against Ryan Hoover. That's his third foul of the ball game. So Bailey at the stripe. He has 10 points in this contest. 2 shots coming here for Damon. And he has had 6 out of 6 from the line tonight. He fires this free one good. He's now at 11 points in the ball game, and he is doing some damage from the free throw line this year. He had 16 of 19 in the contest on Saturday against Kentucky. So Bailey is lighting it up from the stripe. Second shot in the air, no good this time, and the rebound comes off to Hoover for Notre Dame. Down the floor, Monty Williams has it. Pulls up on the wing left, gives it outside to Hoover. He tries to work on Bailey, can't get it done, goes to Admore White. He drives it in the paint. The shot was not blocked, but Monty Williams followed the long rebound with a slam dunk. His 21st point, 61-39. Monty Williams is a player offensively. There's no doubt about it. Here's Brian Evans. The other way, fakes, gives out to Bailey. Bailey pumps the jump shot and missed it. Rebound comes off to Taylor. Taylor back down the floor, goes to White. White threw it inside, and Brian Evans knocked it away and comes up with the ball. Clears it out to Alan Henderson. Henderson on the dribble now. Across the timeline, drives it inside, and he is fouled hard by Monty Williams. And that's going to be called an intentional foul. Let's see if Alan Henderson's all right. Allen is okay. The fans are booing, but the most important factor here is that Alan Henderson is back up and on his feet and all right. Monty Williams went over and patted him on the behind and said, hey, wasn't trying to hurt you or anything. And Monty Williams now walks away. The crowd's still booing him pretty good. Williams picks up the personal. That'll be his second. And Alan Henderson goes to the line with 17 points. 2 shots coming. Fires this one up, and it's no good. He'll have one more. 61-39 the score with 15:54 to go. And Henderson flies number 2. It is no good again. He missed them both. So he misses the free throws, but Indiana does get the ball out of bounds. Damon Bailey will inbound. Bailey looks, trying to find somebody, can't find him, does to Anderson, and this time he misses again, and he wanted the slam dunk, but he couldn't get it to drop, and he slammed his fist into the basket support area back there where it's foam rubber, but nevertheless he gave it a rip because he was frustrated and not making the slammer. But he'll go to the line once again. Henderson to the stripe, has 17 points. And that foul was called on Monty Williams, so now Williams with 3. Allen hits this one. 18 for Alan Henderson. He'll have one more shot coming. 62-39 Indiana. And Henderson fires up the second. It's no good. The rebound pulled out of there by Ryan Hoover, and Henderson's missed 3 out of his last 4. Here's Monty Williams the other way. Oh, and now they're going to give Henderson. Oh, come on, fellas. Ryan Hoover tried to get in the fray a little bit. Alan Henderson fouls Monty Williams, and they call an intentional foul on Alan Henderson. And Brian Evans is saying something to somebody. Ryan Hoover came up and got into the face of Alan Henderson. That wasn't real smart on Ryan's part. But nevertheless, some hard feelings there in the last couple of times down the floor. So Alan Henderson gets nailed on a 2-shot intentional foul. Called intentional. That's personal number 2, I believe, on Allen. Monty Williams now goes to the stripe for a pair. Yeah, you couldn't see a lot of difference in either foul, Max.
I didn't see the last foul, so I can't really say about that, but I don't know what happened afterwards.
2 shots coming to Monty Williams. He cans the first one. So Monty Williams now has 22 points in the ball game, and he'll get a second shot here. He cut the lead down to 21, and he does. Williams now with 23 points, and the ball belongs to Notre Dame out of bounds. Now Ed Hightower is calling Monty Williams over, along with Ryan Hoover. And all the players are over there right now. And Hightower is saying, cool it, fellas. So Indiana, or rather Notre Dame, will have it out of bounds. Bob Knight walks down for a moment, says something to Sam Lickliner. The inbound pass will come from Admore White to Ryan Hoover. Hoover brings it outside to White. White on the dribble, takes it inside to Williams, back to White. White lets a three-pointer fly. It's off the mark, no, and the rebound comes off to Alan Henderson. He gets it to Bailey. Damon brings it up the floor, drives it left, pulls up inside to Leary. Three on the way, off the mark, no. Rebound Henderson back inside, and a foul. As he made the shot, but the shot won't count. A reach-in foul called against Notre Dame, and it's either Taylor or Monty Williams will be called on it. Let's wait and see. It was Monty Williams, that's his fourth. So Monty Williams reaches in again, and he'll go to the sideline. Bob Knight slaps Monty Williams on the behind. Says he likes his style of play. Now the official's trying to settle things down again. Damon Bailey is telling his teammates to spread out. Inbound pass, Bailey to Todd Leary, backcourt. Todd holds, looks, goes to Bailey, baseline. Bailey takes it inside to Leary, three-pointer on the way, got it! Leary's got 10, it's his second three, and it's 65-41. Billy Taylor the other way, he drives inside, bounces out, it comes to Hoover. Three on the way for Ryan Hoover, it rattles in. Ryan Hoover counters for Notre Dame, his second three, he's got 6. 65-44. Todd Leary, backcourt dribble against Admore White. Looks, gets it out to Todd Lindemeyer. Lindeman, that is. Back off to Brian Evans, down low to Bailey, up and in. Damon Bailey's got 13 now, and Indiana leads at 67-44. Here comes Admore White across the timeline. Spirit of the game's picked up. Here's Ryan Hoover with another three, and this one misses badly, and Brian Evans clears the board. Out to Todd Leary, and Leary brings it down. Leary across the timeline, takes it down in the lane, turns around, clears it out to Henderson. Allen looks inside, goes back to Leary. Todd down to Lindeman. Lindeman hook shot, no good. Rebound battle for Brian Evans, back up, no. Tip up is good by Alan Henderson. Henderson gets his 20th point on the tip-in, and Indiana leads 69-44, 25-point Hoosier lead. Here's Billy Taylor the other way. Taylor outside to Admore White, fires it to Hoover, and Hoover cans this three. He's got 9. Ryan Hoover now with his third three-pointer. It's 69-47 with 13:52 to go. Here's Leary and Bailey. Bailey across the time stripe. Damon starts it to the left, drives it left baseline, fires the shot up and couldn't get the runner, but he is fouled, and Hoover will get nailed on it. So Ryan Hoover picks up his fourth foul of the ball game. Here comes John Ross into the game along with Matt Gotch. So Gotch and John Ross both checked into the lineup for Notre Dame. Joe Ross to the sideline along with Billy Taylor. 13:42 to go. 69-47 the count. Indiana leading Notre Dame. Jason Williams will check back into the lineup for the Irish as Ryan Hoover with 4 fouls will go to the sideline. And let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. This is the Indiana University Basketball Network.
Your home for Indiana University basketball action is 103.9 WIMC Crawfordsville.
Damon Bailey fires the free throw, and it is no good, so he'll have one more shot coming. Steve Hart's getting set to come in for Bailey, it appears. Damon eyes the second attempt. It's in the air, and it is good. Bailey now with 14. He goes to the sideline, and Steve Hart will replace him in the lineup. 70-47, Indiana by 23. Matt Gotch will inbound to add more White, and White will bring it down for the Irish. White across the timeline, backcourt dribble, slides it to the right side, looks on the wing, pitches it out to Jason Williams. He gets it inside to Ross. John Ross clears to White. White back into to Gotch this time. The ball ripped away, and there's going to be a foul call on Lindeman. Todd Lindeman is called for the personal. That'll be his 4th of the ball game. So Lindemann now has 4. That's the third team foul whistle against the Hoosiers here in the second half. 13:25 on the clock, and Matt Gotch is going to go to the line. Well, this game is brought to you in part by State Farm Insurance and the more than 500 State Farm agents throughout Indiana. For all your family insurance needs, like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Gotch fires the free one, no good, and he'll have one more shot coming. He has not scored in this ball game to this point.
Indiana, after a great first half free throw shooting, are just 3 of 8 this half. Notre Dame is now 3 of 5, 10 of 13 for the game.
Gotch fires the number 2, and this one does drop, so Matt Gotch has got his first point of the ball game. 70-48, Indiana. Leary to Henderson down the court quickly. Henderson holds on the right wing, and he'll bring it back outside. Allen on the dribble, stops, clears it away to Steve Hart, down to Brian Evans. He turns, clears to Leary. Todd back to Brian. He fakes, gives it, run dribble, takes it inside, puts it up, no, but he draws the foul on Gotch. So Brian Evans with a nice drive to the hole. And Gotch picking up the personal will have his first of the ball game. Oh, Mike, that is third. 3 now on Gotch. And Brian Evans will go to the line. Pat Graham checks in. Todd Lindemann sits down, and Brian Evans will go to the stripe. Brian has not scored in the second half, but he'll have 2 free throws coming here, the first of which in the air is good. And 15 points now for Brian Evans. One more shot coming. Indiana leads it by 23 with 13:07 left. Brian eyes number 2, and it also drops. 16 now for Evans, and Indiana leads at 72-48. Up the court for the Irish, Admore White. He gets it across the timeline. Stops, looks it right, bounces it low. It comes off to Gotch, who turns and fires and misses, and the rebound inside, pulled away by Brian Evans. He clears to Pat Graham. Off to Todd Leary. Now Leary slows, top of the key, drives the left, back out to Brian Evans for a 3 try, and got it. Brian Evans has got 19. That's his second 3 of the ball game. So he has reached his average once again, 75-48 IU. Jason Williams for the Irish gives it off to John Ross inside the Gotch. Gotch fires it up, no good. Got his own rebound and a whistle, and a foul is called on Todd Leary. Leary reaching in, picks up personal number 2. And Gotch will go to the free throw line for Notre Dame. Well, Hoosier fans, hold on to your seats for this week's official game update, brought to you by your own Hoosier Lottery. Lotto cash is $1.5 million. That's all cash paid to you all at once, and Powerball's an estimated $38 million this week. Remember, if someone's going to win, it might as well be you. Here's the free one by Gotch, and this one is good. He now has his second point of the ball game. He'll have one more shot coming. 6'11" freshman out of Friendswood, Texas. And he is a rail out there, but he's a fighter. And the second free throw is good. He's got 3 points. 75-50. Indiana by 25. Steve Hart with the basketball in backcourt. Gives it to Brian Evans, top of the key. Down low on an alley-oop play, and Steve Hart mishandled the ball. And then Alan Henderson commits a foul off the rebound. So Henderson gets nailed on his third personal. The ball belongs to Notre Dame out of bounds. And Gotch will inbound the pass. It'll be Monty Williams now with 4 fouls, and Ryan Hoover also with 4, checking back in for the Fighting Irish.
Don Allen Henderson and Brian Evans, collectively, between the two, they've got 21 rebounds. They got 4 assists, 6 steals, and 3 block shots.
Up the court, Ryan Hoover with the basketball across the timeline against Leary. Hoover, backcourt dribble, gives it away to Williams, and it's stolen by Steve Hart. Steve Hart in the break to Todd Leary. Scoop shot good with the left hand. Todd Leary's got 12, and Indiana leads 77-50. Nice feed by Hart. Here's Jason Williams for the Irish. Williams, backcourt dribble, drives it right side, pulls up. Williams bounces it low to Gotch. Gotch turns around, fires it back to Hoover. Now left side to Ross. John Ross fires it good. John Ross with a long jump shot for his first 2 points of the ball game, but it's 77-52. Hart to Brian Evans in the corner right. Evans can't find Henderson, now does. Down low, Henderson forces one up, missed the shot, and a foul call on Allen. Henderson commits number 4. So it'll be Notre Dame basketball again, and that's 16 fouls whistled against the Fighting Irish, or rather against Indiana, and timeout is being called. Score, Indiana 77, Notre Dame 52. This is Indiana University basketball from Learfield Sports.
The rules have changed about the way pickups are designed and equipped. Introducing the new Dodge Ram pickup. It's been completely redesigned So it's the only full size with available anti-lock brakes at all 4 wheels. Plus, it has a standard driver's airbag that's fully effective when your seatbelt is worn. A choice of Magnum engines and styling like no other pickup on the planet. See the truck that changed the rules. The new Ram pickup. Only at your Dodge dealer.
At the Assembly Hall, Indiana right now, a 77-52 leader over Notre Dame with 11:29 to go in this final half of play. TWA proud to be a sponsor of Hoosier basketball. Our team wishes your team the best of luck in winning the Big Ten championship. TWA, the most comfortable way to fly.
Well, Indiana, in spite of the fact they're hitting 8 out of 13 for 62% in this half, are hitting only 47% for the game on 22 of 47. For the Fighting Irish, they have dropped down now to 17 of 45 for the game. They are 4 of 14 this half, just 29% from the field. So Indiana steadily pulling away. Their biggest lead came a moment ago at 27 points.
Matt Gotch will inbound. He gives it to Ryan Hoover. Hoover will bring it up for the Irish, who trail right now by 25. Hoover guarded by Leary as he crosses the timeline, takes it right side, bounces low to Gotch, kicks it out to Jason Williams. Williams now on the left wing, on the dribble, moves down low to John Ross. He turns around, looks inside, can't find anybody, kicks it outside to Jason Williams. A 3 try on the way, in and out, no. Rebound Gotch, knocked away, picked off by Brian Evans. To Leary. Todd across the timeline, slows it down. In backcourt, goes left side to Brian Evans. Evans looks underneath. He brings it top of the key, turns, looks outside, comes back to Leary. Leary now holds, then drives it back left. Turns around, looks inside, finds Pat Graham for a moment. Graham turns inside to Henderson. The ball batted away, scramble for, and it'll go out of bounds. It'll belong to Notre Dame. So the Hoosiers turn it over for the 9th time of this contest. 77-52 the count. Indiana 25-point leader, and the Irish with a chance to cut that lead down. Ryan Hoover, backcourt dribble. Left side pass to Monty Williams. Williams cross-courts it to Jason Williams for a long jump shot and got it. Jason Williams cans his 6th point of the ball game, and it's 77-54. Down across the timeline, Steve Hart. Hart on the left side dribble, gets it out to Todd Leary. Leary clears into Pat Graham from 15. The shot's blocked, and Monty Williams just fouled out. Monty Williams just fouled out of the ball game, and he'll finish the contest with his lowest point total of the season tonight, 23. So Monty Williams sits down with 23 points in this ball game, and Pat Graham will go to the free throw line. 10:18 left, 77-54 on the board. So Notre Dame loses its leading scorer, and Pat Graham with 2 shots coming at the line. Pat so far tonight with just 2 points. Now 3 as he hits the first of 2. He'll have 1 more. Crowd quiets as it's really been no contest since about the 10-minute mark of this ball game. The second shot is up and good. 4 points for Pat Graham, and it's 79-54. Across the timeline, Ryan Hoover. Hoover, backcourt dribble, takes it left side, almost lost it, threw it away. Brian Evans bats it out of bounds, however, and it'll belong to the Fighting Irish. Hoover will trigger it in, looks backcourt, then fires to Carl Cozen, who turns on Graham, gets it inside to John Ross, misses the layup, and the rebound to Alan Henderson. He clears to Brian Evans. Evans down the right side, slows up, gives to Todd Leary. Leary drives it inside, throws one up, but he draws the foul. John Ross will be nailed on this one. That'll be his first of the ball game, and it'll be Todd Leary going to the free throw line. Well, IU basketball games are being brought to you over a statewide network of radio stations from Learfield Sports, numbering over 50 strong, including WHME in South Bend, WKUZ in Wabash, WMDH in Newcastle, and WQRK in Bedford. We're extremely proud to have these stations as part of this year's IU network. Hope you're enjoying the broadcast. Todd Leary misses that first free throw, and that's the first miss of the second half, I believe, for Indiana. He'll have one more shot coming, and he missed them both. Leary with 12 points and 2 for 2 from the line earlier, misses both of those. Here is Notre Dame on the attack. Cozen down low to Gotch, turns, clears out to Hoover. Three-point try is good. Ryan Hoover has his fourth three-pointer of the night. He's got 12 now. Here's Steve Hart in backcourt for Indiana. The lead has been cut to 22. Leary now with the basketball, turns, clears to Brian Evans. Evans looks it inside, brings it back to Todd Leary. Leary drives it to the right, bounces into Henderson, down low, puts it up, he fouled, and he'll go to the line. Indiana just continues to go low inside and force Notre Dame into fouls. Alan Henderson will go to the line. He has 20 points in this ball game. That wasn't the first miss of the second half, Max. Allen had already missed 3.
You misread me. I gave you a bad signal. It's the first miss for Leary this year.
Oh, okay.
He's been perfect.
Because Bailey has missed a couple, too.
Yeah.
Here's the free one by Henderson. No good. So he continues his struggle from the line now in the second half. He was red hot in the first half from the line. He has 20 points for the ball game, but Indiana suddenly has really cooled off from the strike. And he hits that one. He's got 21. Here comes Todd Lindemann in, and Alan Henderson will sit down. Lindemann will play with 4 personal fouls. Up the floor with the basketball across the timeline. This is White. Drives it toward the right side, bounces it low to John Ross. He turns around, clears it back outside, and lost the handle. Here's Steve Hart on a break. Off the pad, Graham with a beautiful feed, lays it up. No, Steve Hart finishes with a rebound basket. Steve Hart's got his 6 points, 82-57. Now, Admore White on the dribble right side. Stops top of the key. Batted pass out of bounds by Pat Graham. Notre Dame will have it. 8:54 to go. The Hoosiers dominating here. 82-57 the score. White will inbound. John McLeod over there is the official trying to wipe some debris or something off the ball. The inbound pass from White comes into Cozen down low, and he puts it up and missed it. And the rebound comes off to Brian Evans. Evans clears the ball away to Todd Leary. Right side pass to Pat Graham. Baseline jump shot is good. Pat Graham cans his 6 points. 84-57 IU. Sharon Wilkerson getting set to make an appearance as Admore White brings up the ball. White starts it left. Gives the pass to Hoover. 3 on the way. Good. Ryan Hoover suddenly has got a red-hot three-point hand. That is his 5th three-pointer of the ball game, and it's 84-60. Here comes Todd Leary across the time stripe and backcourt on the dribble. Todd spins back left. Stops, gives to Brian Evans. Down low to Hart. Oh, he went in for a slam, but he got the foul. So Steve Hart will go to the free throw line. 8:09 remaining, and the Hoosiers definitively in front and just trying to get their second win of the season, and it's coming rather easily right now as Leary will sit down and Sharon Wilkerson will come in. So 2 freshmen in the lineup now with Wilkerson and Hart, and Steve is at the free throw line with 6 points in the first half, 4 of 4 from the line, and now 5 of 5 for the ball game. 7 points for Steve Hart. 85-60, and that's his best performance of the season from a scoring standpoint. Steve's second shot, also good. Hart now with 8. 86-60. Indiana's 34 of 46 tonight from the line. Here is Admore White. He had a shot blocked by Steve Hart. Got his own rebound. Hoover's got it. He forces one up. It's around the rim, no good. Rebound, Todd Lindemann. He clears to Steve Hart. We got a whistle and a traveling violation. And a timeout call. Score, Indiana 86, Notre Dame 60. 7:53 to go in this final half of play. And we'll be back in a moment. You're listening to Indiana University Basketball.
In Indiana, it's the law. If you drive a vehicle, you must be financially responsible. But Thompson Hopper and Associates remind you many automobile insurance policies won't cover all your expenses, even if you've had the same policy for years. For example, has the liability portion of your policy kept up with inflation? If not, you could lose far more than the cost of your vehicle. Don't assume you're adequately covered. Call Thompson Hopper and Associates and talk to them. Thompson Hopper and Associates, good guys with a good name, built on good insurance service.
Hi, this is Crawfordsville Fire Chief Dennis Weir. The fun of decorating for the holidays can turn into tragedy if you don't take steps to make sure it's done properly. Keep candles away from Christmas trees and other flammable decorations. Don't set trees near a fireplace, and when decorating fireplaces, keep greenery and garland a safe distance from the fire. All of us at the Crawfordsville Fire Department wish you and your family a very safe and happy holiday season.
Well, back once again in the Assembly Hall, where Indiana leads commandingly over Notre Dame, 86-60 with 7:53 to go. Tonight's ball game brought to you in part by Eric Stoll Industries, powering your energy needs.
Alan Henderson, who's now on the bench, has his season average. He came into this game rebounding at an average of 12.5 rebounds per game. He's got 12 again tonight, and also Brian Evans has 12. So those two guys between them have 12 rebounds each. Evans' 12 are his high for his career. So he is doing an excellent job out there tonight, as well as some great shooting. Previously, Brian Evans' high was 9 rebounds per game.
Indiana has Pat Graham, Brian Evans, Todd Lindeman, Sherrod Wilkerson, and Steve Hart on the floor. Notre Dame comes out with Admore White along with Matt Gotch. Now we've got Pete Miller back in the ball game, Carl Cozen, and Marcus Hughes. Here's White on a drive, takes it all the way and lost it out of bounds. Indiana ball. Oh, no, they say now it's Notre Dame ball. So the Irish will have it underneath their own hoop. White will trigger the inbounds pass. He looks, fires backcourt. It goes to Carl Cozen. Cozen drives it right, bounces into Gotch, turns on Lindeman, fires it up, missed it. Rebound battle for, and Brian Evans has got it, I believe, and then it's stolen away by Notre Dame, and Pete Miller stepped out of bounds. Here comes Pat Knight into the lineup for IU. Knight will check into the lineup for Brian Evans. So Brian Evans to the sideline, and perhaps for the final time tonight, he'll get a big standing ovation with 19 points.
He scored 19 in each of his first 3 games.
With the basketball, Sherrod Wilkerson now for Indiana as he takes it left side to Pat Knight. Pat circles it back out front to Steve Hart. Back to Pat Graham. Graham in backcourt, looks at left, looks at right, then drives it on the top of the key, stops, gets it down low to Lindeman, lost the handle, scramble for the loose ball, picked up by Admore White. White across the timeline to Pete Miller, Miller down the other way, and Steve Hart blocks the ball out of bounds. Hart with a second block. Let me tell you something, he can flat fly. And he did right there with a beautiful block, his second of the night.
He's got 2 rebounds, 3 assists, and he's got 3 steals in this game.
Inbound pass. White goes to Gotch. Gotch down low, kicks it to Pete Miller. Miller brings it outside to White. White fakes the 3, drives it left, pulls up on the wing, dribbles it back out, gives to Gotch. Gotch lets a long jumper fly, and it's no good, and Pat Graham's got the rebound. And Pat's fouled by Matt Gotch. Gotch picks up his 4th. They'll go to the other end. Indiana will have a couple of free tosses coming, or will they? Yes, they will. Here comes Joe Ross into the lineup for Notre Dame, and Gotch will go to the sideline. That was the 5th foul on Gotch. I thought he had 4, but that's number 5. So he finishes the night with 3 points and 5 fouls. Going to the line for IU is Pat Graham with 2 shots coming. 6 points for Pat in this ball game, and he's 2 for 2 from the line. Pat fires this free one. It is short, and they'll have 1 more shot coming. Second half has not been anywhere close to what it was in the first half, free throw shooting wise. Pat Graham flies the second toss, and it's good, and he's got 7. 87-60, Indiana by 27, but it's been a while since the Hoosiers have scored, or at least it seems so. Here is Pete Miller, left side, on the wing, brings it out of the dribble, top of the key, circles it to the right, gives it off to Carl Cozen, back out to Admire White, and he lost the handle off of Sherrod Wilkerson. Good defensive play by Sherrod, but it'll belong to Notre Dame. White will inbound once again. Gets it into Pete Miller. Miller circles it to the left side on the wing. Out to White. White fires a 3. No good. Rebound inside. Batted away. Steve Hart can't save it. Again, it'll belong to Notre Dame. Hart and Lindeman both went after it, and it caused some confusion. They never got to it.
Lindeman playing aggressive out there, though. You have to give him credit for that.
White again will inbound. He gets it to Cozen. Cozen bounces low to Ross inside. Oh, jump hook. Nice move. Joe Ross with his 4th point. 87-62 Indiana. Across the timeline, Pat Knight looks at low, finds Lindemann. He turns, hook shot, no good. Got his own rebound. He'll take it out of trouble, and they call it jump ball. So jump ball called, and the possession term will belong to IU, so the Hoosiers will have it out of bounds as Ryan Hoover comes back in, and out goes Pete Miller. Pat Knight will inbound. Knight bounces to Pat Graham. Pat brings it out to Steve Hart. Hart to Pat Knight. Knight looks it inside. Can't find anybody. Finally goes to Hart down low. He missed the shot. Rebound no good. And the rebound effort by Lindemann no good. And the return by Admore White now for Notre Dame. He takes it inside, then fires a 14-footer and got it. That's the first field goal by Admore White. And it's 87-64. The lead cut to 23 with 5:48 to go. Pat Graham, left wing. Pat holds, baseline, pulls it back out, kicks it to Sharon Wilkerson. He pumps the 3, got it. Sharon Wilkerson has his 5th point of the ball game on a tray, and it's 90-64. Here comes White across the timeline for the Irish. Right side to Cozen. Carl Cozen against Graham, out to White. White now drives it right in a whistle and a foul call on Wilkerson. Sharon will pick up his 2nd of the ball game. That is the 17th foul against Indiana. That will put the Irish to the free throw line. Bob Knight is talking to Sharon Wilkerson about his stance right now. It's 90-64 Indiana with 5:23 to go. White to the line. He has 2 points in the ball game. Good free throw shooter as he's canned 5 of 5 now. He hit the first there. He was 4 for 4 coming into the contest and has his 3rd point of the ball game. One more shot coming for White, a freshman, and he misses that one, his first miss. Rebound Hughes, however, block shot by Lindemann, but they're going to call a foul. Let's see who on. I think Steve Hart. Hart will be called for a reach-in. That will be his first foul of the ball game. And it will put Marcus Hughes to the stripe for Notre Dame. Hughes, a freshman out of Detroit, Michigan, 6'9", 225. White, who has played a lot here tonight, is a freshman out of Lauderdale Lakes, Florida, and he is at 6'1". Hughes misses. And 0 for 5, is that right?
For the season, yeah, he hadn't hit one yet.
And he missed another one. He missed them both there. So Marcus Hughes struggling. Down the floor, Indiana with a rebound as Pat Knight takes it baseline. He'll bring it, or try to bring it outside. He kicks it into Steve Hart. Reverse layup, good. Hart now has got 10. 92-65 Indiana. 5:04 to go. In the backcourt, this is White, right side to Hoover. 3 on the way. No good this time. And a rebound to Pat Graham for Indiana. Pat up the floor to Steve Hart. Hart on the right wing, slows it down, looks it inside, kicks it out to Pat Graham, and threw it down low for Lindemann and threw it out of bounds. So Indiana turns it over. That is their 12th turnover of the ball game. 4:46 left. Up the floor, White with a basketball. And a whistle. We got a timeout call. Score, Indiana 92, Notre Dame 65, 4:41 left. We'll be back in a moment. This is Indiana University basketball from Learfield Sports.
There are a lot of reasons so many young families come to State Farm for life insurance. There's nobody better than a State Farm agent at helping you design a life insurance plan that fits your family and your budget. That's because State Farm agents take the time to listen, to answer your questions, to explain your life insurance choices. Personal service. It makes life insurance from State Farm the kind of value more and more young families choose. And it's a great reason to call your State Farm agent.
You can count on Hooks.
Now, Hooks gives you more with RX Watch. The RX Watch computer does more than other drugstore computers. It checks your medication against pre-identified health conditions. It only takes a minute to sign up, and it's free. With RX Watch, we do more than just fill your prescription. Hooks, more of what a drugstore is for.
When you want more, Hooks gives you more. More of what a drugstore is for.
Here the Assembly Hall. It's Indiana 92, Notre Dame 65. We have 4:41 left. Whatever your travel requires, rent, buy, or park, Ace is the way to go. For more information, call Ace Rent-A-Car, 243-6336. That's 243-6336. Ace, the intelligent alternative.
Well, Indiana got 57 rebounds against Kentucky. They've already got 44 tonight against Notre Dame. The Irish have 30, so Indiana out-rebounding them by 14 right now. Indiana for the game shooting 47%. The Irish just 37%.
We've got Joe Ross to inbound for Notre Dame. Admore White, Jason Williams, along with Ryan Hoover and Marcus Hughes, the lineup for the Irish. Richard Mandeville is checked in for Todd Lindemann for IU. And backcourt, White to Jason Williams to Ryan Hoover. Hoover down low to Marcus Hughes, turns around, clears out to Jason Williams. Williams gives it back off to Hoover on the right side, and he fires up another three. This time no good. Pat Graham saves it, knocks it off of Hughes out of bounds. It'll belong to Indiana. Good play by Pat Graham. 4:25 to go. Indiana with a 92-65 lead. Up the floor comes Steve Hart. Hart across the timeline. Looks left. Still in the dribble. Gives it to Sharon Wilkerson. He drives baseline. Spins it back out. Gives to Pat Knight. Knight top of the key. Slides it right. Pat goes baseline right. Pulls it back out to Steve Hart. Hart with the ball against Hoover. Looks for Sharon. Gives it cross court to Pat Graham for a long three. And he drilled it. Pat Graham fires that one from downtown, and he gets his 10th point of the ball game. 95-65, and Indiana with its biggest lead of 30. Now White to Ryan Hoover for a three try, and no, he was on the three-point line, so it's just going to be a two-pointer. But Ryan Hoover remains hot from long range with 17 points. 95-67, Indiana. Pat Knight threw it away. Here is Hoover the other way, and he puts it up and got it. Ryan Hoover now with 19. And it is 95-69, and Bob Knight calls timeout. 3:27 to go, and the Hoosiers right now have lost a bit of their 30-point lead, and Bob Knight is reaming Pat Knight right now. He's not happy with that last turnover. We'll be back in a moment. This is Indiana University basketball from Learfield Sports.
Moving out of the city was a great idea, but the old farmhouse was drafty and dim. Call the REMC, my wife said. They have energy experts. REMC has special programs and rebates for their members. That's us, she said. So I called the REMC. They told me about compact fluorescent lights, how they cost much less to operate and last up to 10 times longer than regular bulbs, and how they can save me money. Now the house is bright, I'm saving money, and I won't be up on the ladder changing bulbs for a long time. Thanks, REMC.
The people at the Central Indiana Midas shops are showing that there's a different way to get your car repaired. It's called the Midas way. They properly diagnose the problem so the work is done right the first time. They fix only what needs to be fixed, give you their exclusive inspection, and thoroughly explain your options. They honor your Midas warranty without hassle. They prove that a car repair company can be professional, responsive, and caring. So see your Central Indiana Midas shops for that different way to get your car repaired. The Midas way. That's the way it should be.
Well, back once again at the Assembly Hall, where Indiana right now is a 95-69 leader over Notre Dame. We have 3:27 to go in this one. Indiana basketball. Steve Hart brings it down the floor for IU. Hart across the timeline. Looks it right. Comes back to the left. Drives it left. Pitches it to Sharon Wilkerson. Down low to Pat Graham inside, and his shot's blocked, but he is fouled. Joe Ross got him with the body, and that's his fourth foul of the ball game, I believe. 3:14 left. Bob Knight is upset about something as he looks up in the stands. And Pat Graham fires this one good. Pat Graham now has picked up his 11th point of the ball game, and he'll have one more shot coming. So Pat Graham eyes number 2, and up it goes and in. Pat Graham now has his 12th point of the game. It's 97-69. Across the timeline, this is White. Bounce pass right side goes to Jason Williams. He tries to take it inside, kicks it back to White. White now slides it inside, and there's a whistle. We got a foul call, a reach-in against Indiana. Bob Knight telling Sharon Wilkerson to move his feet, get into a stance. And Sharon now has picked up personal foul number 3. 97-69 the score, 3:02 remaining. Free one is good by White now, and Admore White has picked up his 4th point of the ball game. He'll have one more shot coming. 3:02 left. Second toss in the air, good. And that's 5 points now for Admore White, and it's 97-71. Here's Sharon Wilkerson across the timeline. Spins, looks, goes low to Pat Knight. He fires an 18-footer and got it. Patrick Knight, Kansas first two of the ball game, and the crowd loves it. 99-71. Jason Williams, backcourt to White, gives it off to Ryan Hoover, and Steve Hart tried to steal it. He couldn't get it done. White comes up with the ball, fires it left to Jason Williams. A 3 try is scored. Jason Williams arced that one from long range. He gets his 9th point of the ball game. 99-74. Steve Hart lost the handle, and it's saved by White, or by Joe Ross. Out of bounds it goes, and it's knocked out by Steve Hart. So Indiana will get it back.
That's the 14th turnover, Don, but it's the 9th this half against Indiana.
Said Indiana, rather Notre Dame gets it back. In the backcourt with the dribble. White gives it off to Williams. Down low, scoop shot no good. The rebound battle for out of bounds. It'll belong to the Irish. 2:09 to go with 99-74 on the board. The Hoosiers on top. And the inbounds pass will come from White, who will trigger it in. White turns around into Joe Ross, who was wide open by himself. Ross picks up his 6th point. 99-76, 2:02 to go. Bringing the ball up the floor will be Sharon Wilkerson across the timeline. Takes it low inside to Steve Hart, puts it up and got it. Hart's got his 12 points, and Indiana takes the century mark, 101-76. Now White starts it right, gives it to Ryan Hoover, down to Joe Ross inside. Ross turns on Mandeville and forces his way in with a travel. Turnover against the Fighting Irish. That is their 20th of the ball game, and Indiana gets the basketball back. IU by 25. In backcourt, Sharon Wilkerson on the dribble. Wilkerson across the timeline, drives it to the left side, spins back to the right, gives it right side, trying to give it to Steve Hart, but it was touched in there last by Admore White or Ryan Hoover, so Indiana retains possession. Hart looks, backcourt pass to Wilkerson. Sharon, right side to Pat Graham, inside to Pat Knight, 16-footer, gives it off to Steve Hart, jump shot in the air, no good. Rebound taken off by Ross. Notre Dame on the attack. Here's White in backcourt, pulls up, still in the dribble. Gets it inside to Marcus Hughes, who turns, and a jump hook shot missed. Rebound, Joe Ross. Kicks it out to Ryan Hoover. Back into Hughes. Another turnaround shot, good, and this time a foul. So Hughes will get credit for the 2-pointer. That is his first field goal of the game, and he'll have a chance at a 3-point play here. Pat Knight has called for that foul, his 2nd of the ball game. And there'll be a free throw coming to Hughes here, who was 0 for 4 in this ball game. He fires this one up, and it is no good. The rebound comes off to Pat Graham. Graham will bring it down against Jason Williams. Pat Graham across the timeline. Graham looks it low, gives it off to Mandeville, out to Wilkerson. Sharon gives to Pat Knight. Knight pulls up for another 16-footer. This time no good, almost an air ball. Ball comes off to Notre Dame. Down the floor, this is White. Off to Williams, rather, to Hughes, and Hughes misses this one. Rebound battle for, and out of bounds, it'll belong to Notre Dame. 35 seconds left in this one, and the Hoosiers are up 101-78. It has been mop-up action for a long time here in the second half. The inbound will come from White. Gets it to Hoover. Hoover on the baseline, right side of the dribble. Holds. Gives it out to Admore White. Down inside to Ross. Back to Hoover for a 3 try. This one is off the rim, no. Tip up is good by Joe Ross. Ross has got his 8th point, and it's 101-80. 22 seconds to go on this one. Here's Pat Graham across the timeline. Pat slides it right side, bounces to Sharon Wilkerson, who was fouled, or is it touched by Ross? It is apparently touched by Ross last, and it'll belong to Indiana out of bounds. 15 seconds remaining. 101-80 the score. Pat Knight will inbound. Pat gets it to Sharon. He spins, fires it up, no good. Rebound pulled away by Notre Dame. Sharon Wilkerson hit the deck hard, and he's still down. Here's a long jumper by Jason Williams that's good. And there's 6 seconds to go. They're checking to see if Sharon's all right. Jason Williams cans the jumper, his 11th point of the ball game. And with 6.2 seconds left, Indiana has the basketball. Pat Graham will bring it up. Down to 2, down to 1. Pat will not shoot it. It goes to Pat Knight, who drills the shot at the buzzer, but it won't count. And that's the ball game as Indiana racks up their second win of the season tonight here in the Assembly Hall. The final score is 101-82 as Indiana really has little problem with the Fighting Irish of Notre Dame in this one throughout. This game has been brought to you in part by Pursuit Herbicide for the highest degree of soybean weed control, proven, consistent, and unbeatable for no till. We'll be back to review tonight's game on the Pioneer Seed post-game show when we continue. This is Indiana University basketball from Learfield Sports.
Indiana Hoosier basketball, brought to you by Coca-Cola. Always IU, always Coca-Cola. Your Central Indiana Dodge dealers. Hook's Drugstore, more of what a drugstore is for. The Hoosier Lottery, a proud sponsor of Indiana University basketball. Indiana's Rural Electric Cooperatives, a power partnership providing safe and efficient electric energy to 1 million Hoosiers. Midas, try the Midas way, the way it should be. Pioneer Hybrid International Incorporated and your local Pioneer sales representative, PSI Energy. Call the PSI professional today for ways to save energy and your money. TWA, the most comfortable way to fly. Napa Auto Parts, we keep America running. Pursuit Herbicide, the no-till, no-fear leader for soybean weed control. Your local Jeep and Eagle dealer. And by State Farm Insurance and State Farm agents throughout Indiana who support Hoosiers basketball. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
With homes, careers, and growing families too, women today have more responsibilities than ever. And State Farm agents are trained to help women keep up with their growing life insurance needs. Your State Farm agent can help you develop an affordable life insurance plan that's right for your family and your budget. A plan that protects the people who are depending on you more than ever before. To learn more about life insurance, call your State Farm agent.
So you want a car that's fun. Problem is, your funds are kind of limited. An excellent reason to check out the sporty Dodge Shadow ES. You can get one with air, AM/FM cassette, and unlimited fun, all for a very affordable price. In fact, right now, after $1,000 cash back, you can get one for under $10,800. Dodge Shadow ES, unlimited fun for limited funds. See your nearest Dodge dealer today. MSRP 24H package after $1,000 cash back. Excludes tax and destination fee.
In the battle against weeds, there is a winning strategy. Strike early, strike hard. Strike early with Squadron herbicide soil applied in conventional and conservation tillage, especially no-till. Strike hard with Squadron to control over 50 broadleaf weeds and grasses, including common and giant ragweeds, seedling Johnson grass, nightshades, pigweeds, common sunflower, and cockleburr. Then reap the rewards in the field of battle. For to the victor go the spoils. See your Cyanamid Agri-Center dealer and always follow label directions.
You can count on Hooks.
You wanted more savings. Now Hooks gives you more. Hooks will double your manufacturer's coupons every day. Plus, we'll also honor our competitors' coupons at face value. That's 2 more ways to save. Get more of what you're shopping for less. Only at Hooks. Hooks, more of what a drugstore is for.
When you want more, Hooks gives you more. More of what a drugstore is for.
Well, back once again, we are wrapping up tonight's ball game as the Indiana Hoosiers are victorious over the Fighting Irish of Notre Dame. The final was 101-82. Let's take a look at the individual scoring in this ball game. First of all, for the Fighting Irish of Notre Dame, Monty Williams led the attack for Notre Dame tonight with 23, but he fouled out about midway through the second half. Finishes the evening with 23 points. 19 for Ryan Hoover, who got a real hot three-point range hand in the second half to add to one three-point fielder in the first half. He had a total of 5 three-point field goals in the game and scored 19 for the contest. Jason Williams had 11 points in the ball game tonight. Then down the list, it's Joe Ross with 8. Admore White had 5. 2 points for Billy Taylor. 5 for Carl Cozen. 2 points for John Ross. Mike Gotch had 3. Marcus Hughes with 2. Pete Miller with 2. And Brooks Boyer did not score in this ball game. So 3 players in double figures for the Irish. Monty Williams 23, 19 for Ryan Hoover, and 11 for Jason Williams. For Indiana tonight, Damon Bailey had 14 points. Pat Graham had 12. Todd Leary with 12. 21 for Alan Henderson to lead IU. 4 points for Todd Lindemann. 12 for Steve Hart. Pat Knight had 2. Brian Evans with 19. Sharon Wilkerson with 5. Richard Mandeville did not score. So Indiana tonight has 6 players in double figures, led by 21 from Alan Henderson, 19 for Brian Evans, 14 for Damon Bailey, and 3 players with 12, Pat Graham, Todd Leary, and Steve Hart. Max, look at those team stats.
All right, Don. Well, Indiana finishes up shooting 47% for the game. That's 29 of 61, and that's just about their season average. They came into the game with a 45% shooting percentage. They were 14 of 31 in the first half, 45%. They were 15 of 30 in the second, and even 50%. For the Irish, they finish up 30 of 70 for 42.9. Their first half was 13 of 31 for 419. Their second half, 17 of 34, or 39 that is, 436. So neither team shot above 50% in this game. Indiana from three-point range was 6 of 9. They were 4 of 4 in the second half. For Notre Dame, they finished 8 of 18, 44%. They fired up 3 of 6 in the first half, but 5 of 12 in the second half. From the free throw line, Indiana went to the line 50 times tonight, converting on 37 of them. They were really good shooters in the first half on 24 of 28, but the second half they dropped off to 13 of 22, just 59%, giving them a 74% for the game. For Notre Dame, they went to the line only 18 times, converting on 8 for 44%. They were just 5 of 12 in the second half, 41.7. Oh, excuse me, that's on three-point shots. They were 8 of 18. From the free throw line, they took 22 shots, hitting 14, 63.6%. The rebounding, once again, Indiana out-rebounding the Irish by a 47-32 margin, 15 big rebounds. Second half was really bad for the Irish. They were out-rebounded 26-14. And in turnovers, Notre Dame turned it over 20 times, Indiana 13. But I might add, Don, that of the 20 turnovers for Notre Dame, only 7 of those came in the second half. So they certainly did a better job. And we'll come back with the individual stats, Don, and you can lead us into them.
And we'll pick the PSI Energy Player of the Game as well when we return in a moment. You're listening to Indiana University Basketball.
Hi, sweetie. What you doing? Daddy. Shh. Why is it so dark in here?
I'm waiting for the bear.
What, a bear's coming? Here? Do I know this bear?
It's Smokey Bear.
Oh, yes, I know. Protects the forest from careless people. Only you can prevent forest fires. Oh, we go way back.
50 years.
You don't say. He's coming here tonight?
It's his birthday. We're having a party.
Really? Do we have enough food? I heard he's one big party animal.
Oh, Daddy.
Yeah, I know.
Daddy, hurry. He's coming.
Well, honey, I won't have time to get him a present. Now, what do I do? Do you think he'll get mad?
Maybe a little.
All right. When he comes, stall him. I'm in the bathroom. Tell him I'm brushing my teeth. I'm doing the laundry. I'm having a bad hair.
This year, give Smokey Bear the only gift he needs, your help. This message brought to you by the USDA Forest Service, your state forester, and the Advertising Council.
Now, once again, let's join Crash Dummies Vince and Larry as the steering wheel turns. When we last left our dummies, Vince was suffering from amnesia.
Vince, it's me, Larry.
Larry who?
Don't you remember, pal, how we remind people to wear their safety belts?
Oh.
Gosh, maybe he's taken out one too many telephone poles.
Suddenly, there was a knock at their car door.
Who are you?
I'm Vince's long-lost sister, here to drum up painful childhood traumas that will hopefully jog his memory.
Like what?
I don't know. Here, try hitting him with this.
Larry! Vince! Fender to the forehead works every time. So, Vince, do you remember everything?
Well, I remember people aren't listening, so we've got to tell them to buckle up.
Yeah?
I remember safety belts save lives.
Anything else?
I remember you owe me $20.
Tune in next time when Vince says...
Thanks for helping me, pal.
Vince, don't thank me. Thank your sister.
But, Larry, I don't have a sister.
Brought to you by the Ad Council and the Department of Transportation.
Well, back once again to the Assembly Hall where Indiana tonight victorious over the Fighting Irish from Notre Dame, 101-82. Max, look at those individual stats in the ball game.
Well, both Alan Henderson and Brian Evans really had outstanding games as far as it came to shooting and rebounding tonight. Brian Evans finished 7 of 11 from the field goal range. He was 2 of 3 from three-point range, and he had 11 rebounds in this basketball game. Alan Henderson was 6 of 11 from the field. He had 13 rebounds in the game, 5 of them off the offensive board. Lindemann tonight was 1 of 5. Damon Bailey finished with 3 of 7. Steve Hart was 3 of 9 in the field. Todd Leary, 4 of 6. Pat Graham hit 3 out of 7 shots. Pat Knight, 1 of 2. Wilkerson, 1 of 2. And Mandeville missed the only shots that he put up. For the Irish tonight, Monty Williams, who fouled out for the second year in a row. Last year he fouled out with about 4 minutes to go. Tonight he fouled out at the 10:18 mark. He was 8 of 13 from the field. He had just 3 rebounds tonight. John Ross finished 1 of 3. Joe Ross 4 of 12. Ryan Hoover really got hot on three-point shooting. He was 7 of 14 for the game from the field, but he was 5 of 9 from three-point range. Admore White was just 1 of 8 from the field. Gotch was 0 of 5. Cozen 2 of 7. Hughes 1 of 4. Jason Williams 4 of 8. Miller missed his only shot, and Boyer did not take a shot. So that's a look at the individual stats, Don, as far as this basketball game is concerned, as the Hoosiers' biggest lead was a 30-point lead at 95-65 with 4:01 to be played.
Well, the PSI Energy player of the game tonight goes to Brian Evans, who had a 19-point total, 11 rebounds, a career high. He also had 3 assists, 3 steals, and 2 blocked shots. A great performance tonight by Brian. As Max pointed out, Alan Henderson had a whale of a ball game as well. But we gave Alan the player of the game honors in the Butler ball game and probably should have given it to Brian, so we're at a flip-flop tonight, although Brian was as deserving certainly as Allen in this one with an excellent performance in all categories because he shot the ball extremely well from the field and from the free throw line along with the other attributes.
He only turned the ball over 1 time, so Brian played a very good game. And the irony of Brian is that he has scored 19 points in each of his 3 games this year.
Well, we'll be back with the assistant coach Noah Mellenberger as our Pioneer Seed postgame show continues. This is Indiana University basketball from Learfield Sports.
Stars will always shine, the birds will always sing. As long as there is thirst, there's always the real thing. Coca-Cola Classic's always the one. Whenever there is fun, there's always Coca-Cola.
The people at the Central Indiana Midas shops are showing that there's a different way to get your car repaired. It's called the Midas way. They properly diagnose the problem so the work is done right the first time. They fix only what needs to be fixed, give you their exclusive inspection, and thoroughly explain your options. They honor your Midas warranty without hassle. They prove that a car repair company can be professional, responsive, and caring. So see your Central Indiana Midas shops for that different way to get your car repaired, the Midas way. That's the way it should be.
When you have a family, you need to watch your budget. Well, here's a tip for an exceptional value. The Dodge Caravan Family Value Wagon. It comes with air conditioning at no extra charge, based on list prices of packaged items if sold separately, plus dual airbags and dynamic side impact protection. Best of all, you get every bit of it for a very affordable price. The Dodge Caravan Family Value Wagon. See it at your nearest Dodge dealer today. And remember, you should always wear your seatbelt. To see one, just stop by the Dodge dealer in your neighborhood.
The heart of a winner. It defies expectations.
A quick fake to the left, fake to the right. What's he going to do next?
It defies conventions.
What a remarkable display of teamwork we're seeing here tonight.
And on occasions, it even defies gravity.
Whoa, a big slam dunk. He was just hanging in the air. No one could touch him.
At Pioneer Hybrid, we're proud to support the Indiana Hoosiers, and we salute everyone who has the heart of a winner. See your Pioneer sales representative for the variety right for you.
Yeah. Well, back once again at the Assembly Hall tonight, where Indiana's victorious over Notre Dame, 101-82, and Norm Ellenberger has joined us on the post-game show. Norm, congratulations. Terrific win tonight over Notre Dame.
Well, that sure was it, Danny. You know, the right Indiana team showed up tonight. You know, this was our big question, and Coach Knight asked them several times today, once at our pregame meal, and then hit him with it again, that same question, you know, which Indiana team's going to show up? And you really didn't know which was the honest team. Was it the team that played at Butler, or was it the one that came up with that Kentucky effort? So the right one showed up tonight.
Certainly one of the keys getting off, I think, in both the last two ball games, Norm, defensive intensity and effort out there has been really important.
Well, I was just, during your break here, I was just listening to Coach McLeod right next to us in his after-game show, and that was the thing that he pointed out. He said, we lost that ball game there along there in the stretches of that first half, and it was due to Indiana's intensity and the way we pushed the ball at them, and then did a pretty good job of covering the basket with the exception of Williams, who's everybody's All-American. We were able to handle the rest of them in pretty good shape, and that's when we won the ball game, right there in that first half.
Damon Bailey tonight had 14 points, Norm. Maybe I'm wrong about this. I think Damon played hard tonight, but I think he looks like he may be limping a little bit out there. He doesn't seem to have quite the quickness.
Well, his knee's been bothering him a little bit, but that's something that he carries with him all the time. He's constantly having problems with that knee. It's not a structural problem. It's kind of more of a growth thing. But Damon ran in tonight with the defense. He inherited Calbert Cheney's defense. You know, the defense that they played on Calbert was always a kind of a two-fisted type defense. You know, you start a cut and they put two fists on you, and that's the way you play good, hard, tough defense. And this is the first time this year that somebody's really dogged him, and they did a nice job of that. And as a result, he didn't get any shots. So he got 7 shots. So we'll have to come up with something. The coach said at halftime that we discussed some ideas a little later on that would help Damon get the basketball.
On the other hand, then Alan Henderson and Brian Evans took up the slack.
Well, that's what you have to have. You know, you can't have a one horse ball club, and you know, if Evans just shot it in, you know, which he seems to be capable of doing. He's done that now a couple times this year, and you know, Henderson, when he really gets emotional and gets involved that way, he plays at a completely different level than when he's not emotional. That's the type of game that he has to play. And you know, he got into a little fracas there with a couple intentional fouls, of which I didn't think the one that they called on Williams was necessarily that bad. And then we get one on the other end, and that sort of excites everybody a little bit and makes them play harder. So both of those kids did a good job.
Norm, you've talked about the intensity of the game, and certainly you had it. How would you rate the intensity today as compared to Saturday? Can you?
Well, I don't know what happened Saturday. I mean, that was amazing Saturday with the level at which we played, and this is one thing that Coach pointed out to everyone: the fact that this is like the Big Ten season. You know, the Big Ten. We'll play a tough game on Thursday, and then we got to come right back on one on Friday or on Saturday and then Monday, and it's really hard, especially early in the year, and especially with a younger group like we got, to come back, and you can still play hard, but you still can't have that sharp intensity like you had. And you know, then as soon as you say that, Max, we're ahead 20 at times in the first half. So you know, whatever it was, worked pretty good.
Do you feel pretty good about your defense?
Yeah, I think our defense is coming, because we're not a very quick basketball team. I thought Todd Leary's defense tonight was a lot better, and Pat Graham. You know, Pat Graham wears a girdle. You know, he's got that big old girdle thing that he wears. It kind of a make Mae West proud. You know, 44 double D or something like that.
That's for the back injury, we might point out.
Yeah, right. He's a 44-inch back. That's what I meant. Got a big back. But anyhow, he has a little problem bending down, and he played his best ball game so far. So it's really encouraging.
Obviously, Norm, you've got a couple of days off now, at least off from the standpoint of playing games, and then you've got the Indiana Classic coming up on Friday and Saturday. I think it's kind of interesting now. You've got a 3-game week
facing you after you played a great game against Kentucky. And again, the kids are still going to get that pat on the back for the great job they did on Saturday. So you still kind of got this situation facing you on Friday and Saturday this coming week.
Well, those pats on the back are sure a lot more fun than all that in your back that we had after the Butler game. I think we'll handle it, but you got to live with it. You know, if you're going to play well, and you can't go get fat between the ears, and that's Bailey's job. You know, we gave that to Bailey. You know, as at halftime, coach says he walked through the dressing room and said, "Okay, Bailey, get him ready." You know, so if it doesn't happen, why blame Bailey?
Norm, congratulations on a fine win tonight.
Hey, did you see Coach Felling back out there tonight?
Yeah, I did.
Neat to have him back. It cuts down on Doc H's My TV time, but he's back, and we're really happy to have him.
All right, Norm Ellenberger, our guest for the post-game show. We'll be back with final thoughts on tonight's contest in a moment. You're listening to Indiana University basketball.
The people at the Central Indiana Midas shops are showing that there's a different way to get your car repaired. It's called the Midas way. They properly diagnose the problem so the work is done right the first time. They fix only what needs to be fixed, give you their exclusive inspection, and thoroughly explain your options. They honor your Midas warranty without hassle. They prove that a car repair company can be professional, responsive, and caring. So see your Central Indiana Midas shops for that different way to get your car repaired. The Midas way. That's the way it should be.
Mr. Lambert's office.
Debbie Jackson?
Yes?
This is White Castle calling.
White Castle?
We were just wondering, how do you sneak away to indulge your craving for White Castle hamburgers?
I told you I could lose my job.
Your secret's safe.
I put people on hold like this. Wait, Mr. Lambert's office, please hold. Please hold. Please hold.
It's like nothing, hell, nothing. White Castle.
Don't hold off. Get that White Castle taste you crave now. Hamburgers everyday low price at just 39 cents each at a White Castle near you. Cheese and tax extra.
How to move to a new house without calling Mayflower. You put the furniture in the truck, close the doors, drive, stop, open the doors, take the furniture out of the truck, and there you are. You're moved. What could possibly go wrong? Next time, call Mayflower. You can't be too careful.
Call Advantage Moving and Storage in Indianapolis at 875-1967.
Indiana Hoosier basketball. Brought to you by Hogan Transfer and Storage in Indianapolis. And by White Castle. Where else can you buy them by the sack but at White Castle? This is a production of the Hoosier Network, a division of Learfield Communications Incorporated.
For the final time tonight from the Assembly Hall, Indiana wins it 101-82 over the Notre Dame Fighting Irish. Alan Henderson and Brian Evans lead the Hoosiers tonight. Henderson with 21 points, 13 boards. Evans with 19 points and 11 boards. Monty Williams led Notre Dame with 23 in this contest.
So Indiana shoots 47.5 for the game on 29 of 61. Notre Dame shoots 40.3% on 29 of 72.
And Indiana's 50 attempted free throws tonight ties an Assembly Hall record that was set last year versus Michigan. So obviously a big night for Indiana from a free throw standpoint because they were taking it inside a bunch, and the Fighting Irish were obliging with a lot of fouls.
Well, football is still around the corner, Don, and we've just been advised that there is now a trip down to Shreveport that is a game day trip. The same day, go down on the same day and come back on the same day. It includes around airfare, game tickets, bus transfers to and from the game, and a pregame tailgate. The cost is $298 per person, and you may make reservations by calling 1-800-553-5527. If you can't remember that, call the Indiana University Alumni Association here at Indiana University.
Well, again, we want to remind everybody that the last couple of days, the ticket sales have become a lot brisker as far as that trip to Shreveport. This football team with an 8-3 record, Max, no matter how you cut it, they deserve Indiana football fan support. And certainly during the season, I don't think we saw as good a support as they deserved. Hopefully, at least to this bowl game in Shreveport, they'll get a little bit more.
Well, I think the players have been a little bit disappointed and hurt by the fact they haven't gotten the support they have because, as you say, they're a pretty good football team and they deserve better than they've gotten.
Well, this broadcast tonight, an exclusive presentation of the Indiana University Network, a division of Learfield Communications, under broadcasting rights granted by Indiana University. Rebroadcast or reuse of this presentation is prohibited without the express written consent of the Indiana University Network. Our announcers employed by IU's network with the approval of Indiana University. A special thanks to our statistician tonight, Joe Smith. Join us on Friday when Indiana will meet Tennessee Tech for the first ball game of the Indiana Classic here in the Assembly Hall. Airtime is 6:40 on Friday, Eastern Standard Time, 5:40 Central Standard Time over most of these same network stations. Until then, for Max Gerben, this is Don Fisher. So long, everybody.
Indiana Hoosier Basketball, brought to you.
Wild thing.